Well, not great, mate. I've had better weeks. You know, after the back of beating City 4-0, riding a wave, and obviously we lost to Bournemouth, going the pitch after. A few of them are calling me a fat. It's a bit harsh. I've been laying off the gyros recently, mate, and then we go and lose at home, 3-point lane to Chelsea. I'm looking down. Oh, found a beer. I've got to get on the drink, mate. It's the only way to get through it. Tottenham fans are moaning like AFTV, mate. Should have gone to a red team. Love you, Klopp.
Ange, I can't breathe.
Come here. Sorry, mate. I get angry sometimes. Yeah, I've said it before, mate. You know, technology, it's not helping our game. Or did I say the opposite? Did I? Can't remember, mate. The dare is to do, mate. What a silly, silly club. All right, well, I'm going to go and have some Christmas dinner now. The only good thing the English do, mate. Dare is to do. Mate.
As you guys know, I'm just a chill guy. Got my tits out for the lads over the weekend. OnlyFans will be linked in the description. 50% off sale for the Christmas holiday season. I stripped at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, just as Abigail Winter's team did. We have come here today to celebrate a traditional holiday, the annual Spurs cooking, and some other clubs got involved too. Appreciate their participation. They got a new badge this year, as you all know, and we stripped that badge today with a chicken and a basketball. You owe me 20 quid, by the way. I said in the preview that we dunk on their head tops and send them to another sport, and that's exactly what we did. Prime head loss. Once again, capitulation. We sent Cucurella out in sliders, gave them 2 goals, and they still couldn't get the job done. They say all week leading up to this game, they take from the rich and give to the poor. Well, today I will give to the poor, properly, with some holiday cheer. So, Abigail Winters, do you want some chicken? Get your potato there. That's Romero. That's Van de Ven. I haven't got a fork.
What shame.
There we go. Solanke, missing opportunities. Kulusevski, missing opportunities. There we go. Dig right in there. Lovely. Look at that. That's a great bit of chicken there. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Do you know what I mean? Flex. Sancho, he's gonna flop, right? How's Dan Ashworth doing on gardening leave again? You paid good compensation for that man, didn't you?
Wow, that chicken stinks, man.
He's not gonna stay with you and fix Manchester United, build them back from the ground up. Ineos, thank you for the fork. Okay, some chicken for you.
It smells like dog food.
Callum Hudson-Odoi, hold that. Ola Aina, hold that.
This is cooked.
It's cooked.
Nottingham Forest, yeah? Hold that.
Oh. It's all going tits up.
Hey!
You want some greens? You can get some greens. There you are. Merry Christmas. Don Roberth. Set piece FC. Martinelli from Madagascar. Offside goal. Celebrated. Fulham away. In Arteta's must season. You drop points. Brother, you're not even getting any chicken. You don't even deserve any mains. You just get sides. Because your team is a side, man. Hold.
Ooh, healthy.
And you didn't play.
Food. I didn't play.
You didn't play.
Anything for me or?
Come on.
They've all dropped points.
You didn't play.
I've not kicked a ball.
And you're top of the league.
Still top.
So I will leave him be. Let me not say too much.
Yeah, that's it.
There you are. Over to you, brother.
Yep. That was absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
Shout out Matisse. Shout out Abbi, Flex and Robbie. We're here. We're back again on the weekend roundup show on DR Sports. And it's live, right? This video is, of course, brought to you by who, Robbie? By FairPlay, Robbie, right? The peer-to-peer betting app that allows you to hold your friends accountable. FairPlay have also launched Jackpot 7s, the Premier League predictor game where you can win up to £700,000 in cash. And whilst no one took home that jackpot this week, the beauty of Jackpot 7s is that each week a minimum prize pot of 500 is split between the top 5 placed entries. Stay tuned later on in the show as we reveal week 6 winners And as well, we see how this panel got on predicting the games that we saw in the weekend, right? The Jackpot 7s for this weekend is now open. It's free to play this week with the code Jackpot. So if you want to play along, select the Jackpot 7s. And as you know, the prize pot increases the more people that enter. So do get involved with that one, Rob.
Yep, definitely. Welcome along to the show. This guy's coming. He's come to cook everybody today, isn't it?
Not me.
We're the only ones with W's around this table.
He's come to cook everybody today, right? And listen, there were some great games yesterday and the day before. It was a crazy weekend of football, apart from your game, which got cancelled.
And we'll speak about that briefly as we enter the show. Yeah,
there's nothing really to talk about, is there? There's no
Literally,
game.
just got cancelled.
So that's it, mate.
Done.
You shouldn't even
Move
don't
on.
even need you today.
Very weird.
Really.
It was.
Didn't have to actually be here,
Well,
really.
Turn
still
up.
am top.
You know.
You had a
Top,
great
it's just
weekend
us.
by not playing.
Exactly. Imagine that, eh?
Anyone want a drink?
Imagine that.
Right. Anyway, let me just couple of super chats just to start off with. Medical Bunker says Spurs really don't deserve Abbi and X. However,
I agree.
you're an honorary scouser for a season, so hope you enjoy the delicious downfall of the delusional Don. Medical Bunker says big achievement being a bridesmaid for 2 years, Rob. Well, these guys they're really on me, innit? we didn't lose it. Gotti7 says, was the Panenka lukewarm, Abbi? Spurs for 12th. And Clara Bitsy's here said, I've penned a small poem.
Cheers.
For Dear Abbi in the following multiple super chats. It would be of the kind request if AGT can read those out. Thank you. Do you want to read those, AGT?
Yeah. Abbi Summers, forever cursed, supporting Spurs football's worst. Your dad at 8, he sealed your fate. A lifetime of failure. You took the bait.
Agree. I also hate my dad. So.
All right. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Last night was no
Wrong,
different.
me over, was it?
A Spursy delight.
Anyone else?
Chelsea tore through your team like a knife.
I'll just keep box.
Right, 4 goals conceded, a proper defence, disgrace. Your defence missing, your pride erased. She then goes on to say, your dad must laugh, thinking
Wow.
back in time how he trapped you in this Spursy crime. It's the same old tale. Abbi Summers, forever destined to fail. So, Abbi, sit and stew, supporting a club that always breaks you. Your hate for Arsenal, it only hums, because deep down you know Spurs are the real bums.
That's lovely.
Wonderful song.
Really festive poem, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, before we get stuck into that game, this week's games were very intense, as we know, and there was lots and lots to talk about. But if you couldn't keep updated or watch your team's match because you were travelling or not having access, that's a shame. Missing out during the season just isn't an option, though, and that's where today's sponsor, Proton VPN, steps in and has a great discount for you today. It's like bringing a stadium to you, no matter where you are, and it's incredibly private and secure. Just hit the link for the exclusive offer so that you never have to miss a moment of action again. And we'll have more information later on Proton VPN. Let's start with the game yesterday. It was the big one for the weekend. Tottenham, under pressure, Big Ange at home, really needed to get a victory in this game to sort of get the fans back on side. And what a brilliant start for Tottenham. Like you said, Cucurella, you know, kept slipping all over the place, right? The greatest defender left back this league has ever seen, right? But the only problem is he ain't got no boots.
Well,
what was wrong with him?
That's the boot man's fault. Do you know what I mean?
That's his fault. That's his
You know
fault.
what?
You know the funny thing about
Matisse,
it
that's
before you
his
say
fault.
that, Matisse.
Every player's supposed to know
Well,
what
listen,
you need.
Didn't he
You can't
go
blame
over
the
and
kit, man.
change studs for
He
studs?
did change them. He did change them.
But he
Yeah,
had studs on. He
Yeah.
changed studs for studs.
At the end of the day, he's been
Was he just blaming them boots?
Great advert for
He's
Puma.
been
Yeah,
defending
awful.
so
And he
well.
put him in the bin afterwards on his story.
Yeah, so bad.
He's been defending so well, they decided
Promo,
to
eh?
handicap him for this game. Do you know what I mean? Try and make it an even playing field, and that's exactly what happened. And Tottenham capitalised. They got their 2 goals. They were ahead. They were at home. They were under pressure to win. Big Ange, you know, everybody's behind him. Well, at least, you know, a lot of the Tottenham fans I speak to, but some of them were abusing him in the Bournemouth game. And, you know, at the end of the day, we came from behind to go and bang in form. We could have scored more.
Let me just ask, just before we get stuck into that. Should Caicedo have been sent off? It's
Yes.
kinda
Yes,
a
he
pivotal,
should, Rob.
It's kind of a pivotal thing
Get a
because
poll up now.
Object.
at that stage, it was
Disgrace.
2-0, right? And that could have really made it a different game.
His-
you know what I mean?
his-
Well, mind you,
It's a red
with
card.
Tottenham, you don't
His
even know.
foot
100%
didn't
a red
really
card.
plant in, but
Oh.
but it was a strong yellow. If you want to talk about decisions, we can also talk about the fact that Lavio was elbowed in the
Deflecting.
head and had a massive,
That's also true,
massive
though.
cutting in the back of his head.
That is
So
also
That was deliberate.
so
I could've
that
said.
well, so
two
you know,
red cards.
we ain't complaining about that.
2 red cards.
So you know, so you either get
Should it-
2 red cards or you get none. At the end of the
What
day.
does everyone else think? Do you think Caicedo should have went?
Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I thought big trouble. But then I do think it should have been a red. But the only thing I think could try and save him is that he catches him with like the instep, like the back end of his own heel. And so it wasn't like a high rake. But for me, it was out of control, and he should have been sent
You
off.
surprised VAR looked at that and didn't?
Well, the VAR said it wasn't excessive force. I mean, he's gone well over the ball. His
wasn't
studs
excessive
have
force.
still
Sorry,
planted,
it's a red-
Flex.
it's a
I
red
know
card.
you're saying
It's
it's
a
the
red
end of
card.
his studs, but
If
the
that's
studs were still
if that's
planted. It's
we
a
had
red
we had
card.
That's a
we had a
red,
carbon
man.
copy of it last year. Obviously, because it's Romero, maybe it's more forceful, whatever. But it's still a red
Kenzo
card.
last
The
year,
foul
the
is
pen.
still the foul, and that was a red
Studs
card.
are up.
So I had the fact
Red.
that the referee,
It's a red.
the referee obviously didn't see it because no way it's not even a booking. So if that's gone to VAR, they should have said, you need to go and check that because that is a red
Carragher
card.
straight
And-
away said he's off.
And what
Yeah.
we'll see next week, there'll be something else that is exactly the same as that, not excessive force. It'll be given as a red card.
I
red
think,
technology.
right,
It's
I
a red
think,
card.
and that changes.
It changes
that-
the game.
Well,
Regardless whether or not
possibly
it's
changes.
Are you making excuses for
No,
Tottenham?
I'm
but
not
it's a
making.
red card.
The Kulusevski
Listen,
one was a red as well.
You're still not making. I'm not
That's a
making
red on
excuses,
on
but
Lavia.
it is something that could change the game, isn't it?
So both
red
reds
card.
did, but both reds
Maybe
didn't get
Ange
given.
could change his tactics as
No,
well.
but
you know.
that red came first.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying maybe obviously might have messed up. It shouldn't be like this, but both reds were not given, so that there was a full
Yeah.
complement of players with nobody to hide
It's a
anywhere.
red
Anyway, after that, 2-0 up, Abby.
Yeah.
2-0 up.
Tut, tut, tut.
How can you be 2-0 up? It's not even that. Listen, we see it sometimes. 2-0 up, teams come back. 2-0 up and concede 4.
Yeah, well, 2 of them are completely brainless, complete stupidity, and you can't blame Ange for that. I'm sorry, you can't
tackles in the
blame
box.
Ange for Basuma being that stupid. You then can't blame Ange for Sarr then being that stupid, and that has been the case in many games this season when I've spoken about individual errors. There's been a lot of individual errors. You can't pin that on Ange. You just can't. So us being 2-0 up and then it potentially ending 2-2 or whatever, without those 2 stupid errors or whatever, 3-2 could have been 3-2 to Spurs at the end. Who knows? But because of those two things, you put the game so far beyond yourself. You can't really get back into it. I'm not saying it's an excuse in terms of the way we played. I thought we had moments where we were all right. I'd say the first 25 minutes we were okay. Obviously, the injury to Romero again changed it a little bit.
Do you think they played too soon? Because both of them
Well,
got injured, and he
apparently,
said
but
Thursday
that's-
they looked
Clearly
good
did.
before. He literally said before the game, like,
did.
yeah, it's great, they're
He
back
did.
early, and then
But
look, they're
that's
out.
not on Ange either. That's on the medical team. That's the medical team.
they've said they're
They've been
available to
training. They've
play.
been training all week. It's not down to Ange to say, "Oh, I'm going against the medical team. You're playing."
Yeah.
If the medical team have signed them off and they're back in training and they're fit enough to start, Mickey
Mm.
was meant to be back next week, and Romero, he said in his post match stuff he wasn't worried about Romero.
yeah.
Romero's injury that he picked up is thigh. He had a foot injury before that, or a toe injury.
Yeah,
so
it's a new injury.
You know, you can't pin that on Ange either. When you have a look at the squad and the depth of the squad, that's where it comes down to. Look at the bench. Look at the lack of options that they have. There is nothing there. Injuries or no injuries, there's not enough quality in that squad to be able to compete with a team that spent £1 billion.
What did you make of Cole Palmer's performance? Because it was live.
Hang on, I'm talking about Spurs for a second. And
Really just
actually,
pivot.
I'm
Really
actually
imagine-
No,
glad-
because it was live, innit?
Can I
It was a big
can I
game,
finish
so-
talking about Spurs? It's nice that Cole Palmer decided to turn up against
Yeah, but I
want to
hear
on a
what-
4:30.
I wanna
When
hear
he
what
does
you
it
wanna say
against
about it,
Liverpool, he
'cause-
does it against City, he does it against Arsenal, then we'll talk about it. But until that time, I've not seen him show up in a 4:30
Really?
all season.
Did it against
There we
them
go.
all
You
last
had-
season?
you had-
Did
hasn't
them
done
all-
this. Hasn't done it this season.
Panenka at your stadium.
Hasn't done it on this
Absolutely
season.
Panenka
Hasn't done it on
and
this
embarrassed
season.
you at your stadium.
Hasn't done
Panenka.
it on this season. Anyway, I'm back to talking about my
Assisted
team.
Enzo.
Back to talking about my team. You've had your moment. Back to talking about Spurs. I feel like you can say about Ange's tactics, you can say about the high line, etc., but you cannot put on him individual mistakes and individual errors, which we have seen week in, week out. You can't also put on him the lack of depth in that squad and the lack of quality. And when you all say to me, why don't you want to finish top 4? That is not a top 4 side. That's not a top 4 squad. They have
can see that.
moments. They have moments where they can be really good and certain games where they can be really good. But because we're so inconsistent, and you can say that, and the buck will always stop with the manager eventually. But ultimately, these players are not good enough. They're not. They're stupid. They're brainless. They do stupid things. And you see it time and time again. So if I think to myself, we've had 14 managers in 23 years since Enoch's been in charge. What's the one common denominator in all of that? The chairman,
The badge.
the board. That's the common denominator. If you don't give every manager the right tools, you're looking at a new manager on average every 18 months, which is what we do. I always say to you, we'll be sitting here in 18 months' time talking about the next one, because it's the same cycle. If you don't give someone the right tools to prepare with, what's the difference?
Did Jamie Carragher do things saying like Levy can't be in charge? I think
Yeah,
I saw,
but this
like,
is something I've been. How
that's
long?
the thing.
How
Levy
long do
in
I
it
need
out.
to sit and say it for? Any Spurs fan with half a brain knows where it stems from. It stems from the top.
But you're still 2-0 up.
Yeah, but
You're
that's the
2-0
mentality
up.
of the club,
But what about
Rob.
Abbi?
It comes
What
from
about
the top.
what about
How's
you
that-
see the
how's
Ange-
that
you see the
got- what's
Ange
that got to do
thing?
with Levy?
You see the Ange thing.
Everything. Everything is to do with him because it all stems back. If you accept mediocrity and you accept that way and you cut corners with the players you sign, instead of going for option A and spending that little bit more money, you'd rather go for option C because you don't have to put any of your own money in. That doesn't necessarily come back to Daniel Levy himself. It comes back to Enoch as a board and it comes back to Joe Lewis. They don't put any of their own money in. They never have. Everything that goes back into that
Well,
squad.
in this, just going back.
Hold on. Everything that goes back into that Tottenham side, everything that goes back in is generated through stuff, whether it's getting Champions League or revenue and things like that. That's what goes back into it. Stop cutting corners and then you actually have a better product. You have a better football team for it. But because all they care about is a part of a portfolio, it's part of a bigger picture, they don't care the fact that the nucleus of it is Tottenham Hotspur. They don't care that that's the football club. It's because it's part of everything else. It's a concert hall. It's this, it's that, it's abseiling, it's F1. But as a fan, this is where every 18 months I sit here, have the same conversation, have the same nervous breakdown over it because it's an endless cycle.
Yeah, but your inability to hold leads against Brighton, against
But
Roma,
that's because of the mentality of the club and the mentality of the type of players.
Ange has
You
to
need
take some
leaders.
responsibility.
Yeah,
for that.
what portion of this do you put on? Because it is, like you say, the team that the stuff that's
Yeah.
wider, everything you say, I get that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I can see that. But then when they cross the white line, that's usually a reflection of what's going on in training.
Of course.
So
Of course.
if,
And
like
like I
Matisse
said,
said,
the
they keep
buck will stop
throwing
with the
away,
manager.
leads.
Sure.
You've lost the last. What is it? Is it?
But can I make
7
it-
and
but
15 or
six-
something?
Yeah,
Six,
but hold
I
on,
think.
can I
Like,
make a point?
that's a
And
what
the
would
stadium.
you
But
put
what
on the manager?
I'm saying is this isn't something you just see with Ange. You saw it with Antonio Conte, a serial winner. You saw it with Jose Mourinho, a serial winner. You saw it eventually with Poch. You saw it before with every manager that came before that. So yes, there's always things that Ange could improve on. Yes, he's stubborn. Yes, we know that. But in terms of the high line and things like that, he's also missing. He obviously lost Romero early on. Mickey Van Den was never going to play a full game. Brennan Johnson went off. Vicario's out. The squad depth is
Can't
not
defend
okay.
set pieces,
Can't defend set
coaches,
pieces, which
that's-
is down to
that's-
coaching.
he
Which
doesn't
is
even
down
have a
to
set
it,
piece coach, does
which
he? He won't get
I think
one.
he does have a set piece coach now. But they all tie into each other. But in terms of the squad not being good enough, that is the fundamental and that is the bottom line. And this is not just an Ange thing.
Yes, I
We've
think
seen
you-
it with every manager that's ever managed
But
Tottenham
do you think
Hotspur.
you need to change his philosophy a bit? His philosophy is
Well, I would
all-out
focus
attack.
more. I would focus more on
All-out attack.
defending, but at the same time, I also, like I said, I don't think you can. It's not his fault that they have stupidity in them and they go and make stupid mistakes
No, but I'm not take this game
because that's cost
away.
2 goals. And then the game would have been
His
3-2 a Spurs
philosophy
win.
is- his philosophy
Well, we had
is
other
attack.
chances.
The game
as
would have
well.
been so did Spurs. The game would have been a 3-2
Cole
Spurs win.
missed kicks
If we
and
if we
opportunities.
if we don't give those 2 penalties
No,
away,
follow
I'm
up.
sitting here. I'm the one that's cooking
Side at the
him
bar.
with my with my top off.
Not necessarily. You know, we could have scored more goals ourselves. We had
Probably another
chances.
show.
We missed
But you
opportunities.
didn't. And how did the game end?
missed
It ended 4-3.
opportunities.
because
Yeah,
of the
but
chance.
if you got 4, maybe we get 5. We
But
missed
what
opportunities.
but
as well.
I'm saying to you, we gave you 2 goals because of 2
We gave you
stupid
2 goals as
moments.
well.
Yeah, you did. So it's even
Literally 2 slips.
And then it would have been 3-2
Cookware
Spurs. What can't you understand about that?
If Cookware is wearing the right boots, we maybe keep a clean sheet.
Sure, and if
So-
Sarr and Basuma aren't so stupid,
So it's all if buts and
then it's
maybes.
3-2
At the end of the
Spurs.
day, you guys are in the bottom half. I think that's a massive underachievement,
You
regardless
spent
of
£1
how
billion,
much we talk
so
about Daniel Levy.
congratulations. You
You
spent £1
guys
billion.
shouldn't be in the bottom half, regardless of Daniel Levy
What
being
about
in
you?
charge.
You're in the billion.
So-
You're in the bottom
This
half.
is why I'm
We'll get
fairly
onto it.
subdued
We'll
today.
get onto
I couldn't believe the Spurs have 15 games played and lost 7.
I just
I
don't
was
see
kinda
the
shocked
point.
by that. I
just
didn't
don't
realise
see
it
the
was
point of
that
sacking
bad.
another manager. I just don't see the point of sacking another manager when I know what the cycle is. I just don't see.
But can he-
that
can he-
the problem is not. It
Can
can't
he-
be Pochettino, Martin Jol, Harry Redknapp, George Graham, one day Ramos. It can't be Jose Mourinho,
Tim
Antonio
Sherwood.
Conte. Ange Postecoglou. It can't be all of
Ryan
those
Mason,
managers,
Ryan
can it?
Mason, Tim Sherwood.
Exactly. Ryan
Nuno.
Mason, Stellini, Nuno. It can't be all of these people.
manager.
Nuno.
There's one common denominator amongst it all, and that is Enoch, Daniel Levy, the board. That's it.
How's Nuno managed to go to a club with less funds and be doing the job that he's doing, but then at Spurs he had more funds?
Spurs have spent a lot of money as well.
Yeah, because I don't know. I think Ange has got to take some blame for
There
this,
is
right?
there is
Because
some blame, and there is blame that lies with
he
Ange.
finished
but
off
there is-
last season
it's
really
not-
badly,
it's
didn't
not
he?
just on Ange.
Should have got top 4.
Sorry,
he
it's not
completely
just on
capitulated
Ange.
it, and then he's coming to this season.
And I tell you what would happen. Let's say we
Crazy
sack him, which I
results.
think inevitably will happen. We'll go and get someone else, whether that is, I don't know, Marco Silva, let's say, for example. And I tell you what they'll do. They'll have a good 6 month, like they do with every manager. We'll get into the second season, and then it'll start tailing off, and I'll be sitting here again in 18 months' time having this exact same
I do see your
conversation
point
with you.
about a bigger problem, and as someone I've experienced it the last 10 years, it's not you. Managers are obviously responsible for what their teams do on the pitch. Largely, when you see a pattern that keeps occurring, you're going to lose your job. But when something continuously fails, do you have to look at a bigger thing? You do. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but you can't just rid Ange of it all.
I'm
yeah.
not. I've called out
Ange
Ange loads of times when I've said I think he's
'Cause
too
it's
stubborn,
naive.
and
'Cause
there
the way
is
he
naivety.
sets his team up,
Yeah,
they've
there
got
is.
nothing in them that can switch a gear that goes right.
There is.
Like Cole Palmer said in his thing afterwards, very frantic out there. Just I know he's a different kettle of fish to even do that, but the assessment of the environment, like there's basically the team is built in Ange's image. He wants his team to be front throttle, don't care. When he was down to 9 last year, he said, don't care, I still play the same way. Hence why you could have that version of Chelsea last year. Let's talk about Ange's naivety. That version of Chelsea last year that couldn't break down low blocks, and you know, all Spurs had to do was keep 9, just keep 8 back, just sit, and you
they would've
probably
won the
would have
game.
been all right.
Yeah.
But because of the manager and what he wants them to do to never ever not play this style, it's having the adverse effect.
At the end of the day, we've shown in games this season we can have control. Tottenham never had any control in that
Absolutely.
game.
No
They didn't have
control.
any. It was
It's not in their style.
Absolute basketball match, which is
Don't-
why I
yeah.
my basketball with me.
They don't have
That's
that.
why,
They
because
don't
it was
have the players
end to
to do
end.
it.
It was
Basuma's
5v5.
not that guy.
It was Rush on EAFC. It was end to end. At the end of the day, these guys, they were 2-0 up, and they allowed us to just come back into that game, making chance after chance after chance. At no point did they decide, let me be a little bit more pragmatic. At no time did they say, let me shut up the shop in between the lines and not give Palmer and Enzo all this space. But credit to us, because you know Jadon Sancho's goal is individual brilliance. By the way, that finish to just cut in on his right foot. We've been saying this season, can you get more shots off? Can you start to give us more goal output? You've been getting assists. 20 to 25 million for this guy. A person, by the way, that would suit Almerim's system as an inside forward next to Diallo. Someone on his wavelength that can link up with the fluidity, with the understanding, the IQ. Brilliant finish. And he's been playing very well for us in the league this season. So credit to him. And then obviously, like I said, with Cole Palmer, I mean, I've been saying it. I don't have any doubts or any questions about this guy. People have been giving me little nudges saying, oh, what about... Listen, this guy's understanding of the game is top tier. That goal that he creates for Enzo on that right-hand side to just go past players. I thought Neto could have done much more with Udogie in this game, and he went over there and just, ripped him and then set up that brilliant volley. So, and we've spoken about the penalties already.
I said it when we played you, right? That they're a very good side. I was impressed with Chelsea that day, watching them live in the flesh and that. Very, very good side. 4 points now behind Liverpool. I know Liverpool obviously got a game in hand. The question I'm putting to you today now, because you've been dodging this, right?
Maresca's already answered it.
Hold on.
Maresca, I
You
can see why
dodge
they were
it.
doing it, because it's coming from Maresca.
One second.
Our
Second.
manager-
Because you know what?
listen to our
No, but listen to me now, right? Because you dodge it,
Almost halfway
right?
through now, mate.
Your manager dodged it.
not quite.
Cole Palmer dodges it, right?
yeah.
I'm not having this being dodged no more. Otherwise, these lot are
You're gonna
bottom
have to have
shots.
it.
I remember Arsenal, right? A couple of seasons ago,
In January.
they came from nowhere, right? Everybody at the start of the season were laughing at us. Oh, you finished 8th. Oh, and our aim at the start of that season was to get top 4,
Yep.
right? And then we started playing really, really well. And then people were going, you in the title race? We said, yes, we were in the title race. But
Can I ask
this
you a
man,
question?
now, are you in the title race?
can
You
I
are
ask you a
four.
question?
No.
Can I ask
You
you a
come
question?
out here with your chicken today,
Yeah.
and your turkey.
Carving all it up.
And you're there, you know what I
Have
mean?
that
You're giving
same
me
chest.
Kulusevski.
He's not happy.
You know what I
Have
mean?
that
The Swede,
chest.
right?
Have that same chest you had out yesterday.
Stop cutting. Stop deflecting. You lot always talking about deflecting. Nah, put down that. You're always talking about deflecting. Might me not, right? No. Say no to crime, right? Right? Don't eat nothing. I just want you right now to concentrate on the question at hand. Are you in a title race?
So
Are you in it, bro?
So
Are you in it? Yes or no? Just answer yes or no.
that Arsenal-
Just answer yes or no.
the title race starts in January.
Are you in the title race?
25th of January.
So
Arsenal
there's
again.
so Liverpool are not in the title race. Arsenal, City, no one's in
Ask
it.
me in January.
Are you in the title race? No, I'm asking you now.
Ask me in January.
I'm asking you now.
Matisse, answer the
Matisse,
question.
answer the
You can say
question.
no.
Now,
If you think it's
stop
no,
doing
just say
it.
no.
Answer
Not
the
yet.
question.
So right now is the answer no.
Answer.
Not yet. We've got more work to do.
So no.
Brentford on the weekend. Focus.
You can't come in here carving
sorry,
all
I'm
this
not
up,
having this.
dishing it
Let me
all
have
out.
it.
You're
No,
not
no,
in
no,
it.
let me
you
answer.
can't come
Let
in
me
here.
answer.
You
I
can't
can
come in
because
here.
we won the game. It's a London derby.
No, you can.
We beat them, so I can
Yeah,
cook.
you can run out your
I can
mouth.
cook, and I
Of
will.
course you can.
Because she
You
said
can
before the
cook.
game
Of
she'd
course you
win.
can cook about
and
that game
I
on
said
an
we
individual basis,
win, and
but
we
it's
won.
time
So you have to
now.
hold that.
Time for you lot
Hold
to
that.
stop dodging this question.
I'm
You
not
are
dodging.
in a title
Hold on a
race.
second.
Well, I think he just said no. He
Hold
said
on a
no.
second. We're not.
Innit?
Let me speak to the camera.
Let's see what
Let
he
me speak
says.
to the camera.
Let's see what he
We're not
says.
like Arsenal fans, right? Who blow their load too soon, right? Lost their virginity a couple of years ago and got
Sorry,
excited.
I'm not having this.
We've been here before. We understand what a title race is. We're not stupid. And I said it already on this panel, and I'll say it
Bottle
again.
jobs.
On the 25th of January, when we go to the Etihad, which is in 10 games' time, we will be mostly through the
People,
season. You
not
don't
having
get
this.
you don't get into a title race.
Listen,
by,
man, needs to
hold on a
talk
second,
about
am I
deflecting.
done? Am I finished? You're not in a title race before January, really, because I've been in this position before with Tuchel and Lampard, and then we fell off in January. And was that a title race? No, it wasn't. At the end of the season,
Scared.
At the end of the season, did anybody look back and say Chelsea were in a title race? What do I gain from sitting here in December and saying we're in a title race? The boys are playing well. The boys are winning games. The boys are going, along the way, winning 4 games in a row, handle business. When we get to Man City away, right, in January the 25th, that is in 10 games time, after winnable
see where
matches.
he's coming
If
from.
Chelsea are up there where they should be, then we can say we're in a title race. And then with 12, 15 games to go, then you race. Then you start to run. Then
People-
you start to close down.
People-
When Arsenal, by the way, 2 years ago, you were top of the league and you bottled it with the biggest lead of all time. That's different to what we're doing. We're not top
People,
of the league. Do you
don't
remember
give
that?
me
Do you remember that season?
Don't give me that.
Do you remember that season? Okay. That was the season.
Let me address this.
Carry
yeah?
That was the season.
This
Carry
guy,
on that
That
bit.
was the season.
this
good.
guy,
That's the season he's comparing
along
it to.
with many other, Clara Bitsy, I'll include
That's
in
the
that. She's
season.
probably sending a super chat about it. Are bottle jobs, yeah? You are in a title
How are we
race.
bottle jobs? We're not
Stop
even first.
talking like you're Brighton or something where you've
We're not
just...
even first.
You're
Hold
not.
on.
You're not
They
underdogs.
tried to
Stop
be
talking
Brighton.
like you're
Didn't
some
work.
big
We're not
underdog.
underdogs. We didn't say we're underdogs.
£1.5
Did we say we're
billion
underdogs?
pounds. You spent £1.5 billion pounds.
We didn't say we're
You're
underdogs.
playing well.
Yeah.
Right? You're 4 points off the top. You're in a title race. Stop trying to deny it. Like you're scared that we're going to fall
Scared.
off.
Not scared. I got
You
my,
ain't
mate, I got my
Brighton,
tits out over the weekend.
Right?
Do
You
think
ain't
I'm scared of
Brighton.
anything?
Yeah.
I ain't scared of nothing.
Hold on. You're not Brighton. You're not Nottingham
Didn't say we
Forest. No
were.
disrespect to them,
Didn't
right?
say we were.
Where they're sort of an underdog team.
A lot of the
that's
internet was
creeped
saying
up,
they were also cones, not tits.
Yeah.
right? You stop bottling it. You're
No,
in
but
the race.
how are we bottling it?
You're in
what's
the-
there to
you're in the
bottle?
title race.
There's nothing to bottle. There's nothing to bottle.
All right,
Nothing
cool.
has started.
I asked the question. Cool.
You've asked
I
the
just needed
question.
to ask it.
I have to just finish off by saying Spurs now become
I see what he's saying.
the first club in Premier League history to lose 11 games after leading by multiple goals.
You're
For
never
Chelsea,
Aston Villa in the title race last
it's different. They're doing very well now. By the way, just before we move on,
Do you want a joke?
I hear you.
Anyone
I
want a
actually do hear you.
joke?
go on.
What do you do with a sick bee?
This is going to be a madness,
What?
isn't it?
Buzz something, I don't know.
No, take him to the hospital.
Brilliant.
Wow, that was shocking.
Absolutely
Wow.
brilliant.
Jesus.
Just before we look
It's
back
time
at
for jokes,
our fair play predictions for this game, all of us round this table,
not
being
me.
serious for a minute, have to send our well wishes to Michail Antonio. He was
that's
involved
shocking,
in a shocking car accident over the weekend, in which I'm sure you've seen the pictures, didn't look great at all. West Ham have released a statement saying he's in a stable condition. He's receiving treatment for a lower limb fracture. So I'm sure everyone around the table agrees, and every single person at home, we're sending our best wishes and thoughts over
Nice guy as well.
to Michail
Proper.
Antonio,
Meet him.
who, as we said, was in that car accident at the weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, are we done? Have we
I
finished the
think we
cooking?
can move on to second cooking.
We're actually going to Arsenal after this, but
Oh.
we'll come to that
It's
after.
all in order, don't worry.
Some super jokes.
He'll
What you
still
got?
get
What
there.
you
Anyone
Yeah,
want-
I've got us.
anyone want
Jamie M says Matisse must now show some chest. Did you not see him last night? That his team are in a
Did.
title race.
Literally.
Just like he showed the chest during the mob watch along yesterday. Jay says Spurs tears are the best tears. Chelsea fans, we are going to the promised land. Champions League, here we come. Says
Straight
Jay.
jokes if you did win the league.
Amarim got rimmed, says Keem Shakes. Right. Andy says, come on, second in the fair play app. I've come second in the fair play app this week. Nice bit of cash, he says. in
Who
caps
got
lock.
it?
Andy.
Big up,
to
Andy.
you, Andy.
Andy.
Right? Let's get a good result tonight, and I'm wishing
Second.
Michail Antonio a speedy recovery as well. Clara says, this is our 16th away win at Spurs in the Premier League era. More than any other team. We should call it 3-point lane or light work
You only
lane.
get one bottle of this.
Yeah, you might need a few more. Trouser says, opinion on Carragher calling Palmer the best player in the last 18 months. I think it's it's obviously Salah, to be honest. Stephen Island's grandmother, show some compassion today, Clara, but don't forget Thursday night's result either. That's why we have put the spread on today, because it was the loss against Bournemouth, where their fans were being very, very rude to Ange Postecoglou, and then they lost again today. Yesterday. As Abby loves stats, here is one more from Clara. This was the first time in 7 years Spurs had held a lead against us at half time, and what do? Bottle it. Alice gives man a beard. No, Alien gives man a beard. Weird. What a mad name. Don't feel too bad, Abby. My team in game week 19 just won our first home game. That makes 3 wins for the season, QPR. Spurs are a top team, top 50 at least, he says. Laysis says, Abby, you and Flex are now mud siblings up the Chelsea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
months
we've
ago.
got that on camera, so
Yeah.
that's been
Oh,
done
we've
now.
already had a month
Brilliant.
sibling.
I told them months ago.
Tottenham
Different
fans
reasons,
threw
but
their
same
trash
outcome.
like their
Come on,
team
then.
isn't enough. Nasco says Manu losing is still the second worst thing of the weekend, Matisse. I know everyone asked you to sow chess, but bro, Danash
Exactly, they
will
were
move, will be a positive long-term move. Michelin stars 3 for Chef Matisse, says Stephen Island. Joshua, honestly, I don't understand not playing Lewis Skelly or Tierney. Even trying to play Namweri on the left or Wanyeri on the left if he could. League gone due to tactics. And Matisse, get a double D bra settings. Salah stays. You never walk alone, says Jag.
Listen, the nips will be out again
Yeah.
if this carries on. You know,
If it
it's
carries
in
on.
great form. Brilliant.
Cold as well, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's cold.
Very nippy.
Hard nipples.
Cold arm,
Matisse doing up strip club settings. How raunchy, says JP87.
Was that
Listen,
was that
do you know what it was?
pre-planned?
It was in honour of the Geordies because their away support is fantastic. They always got their tits out. So I said, if I was in the Tottenham away, that's what I would have done. So I said, why not go for it? You know?
Kaiser says, hi Robbie, thank you for your sweet words to Jonna Sundling. Remember
Oh,
that
yeah,
runner
Jonna
that we were
Sundling.
talking
Yeah,
about at the
big up
weekend?
Jonna Sundling.
Big hug to Ingrid Landmark Tandrevold that will miss the next biathlon races because of head problems. Ingris, we miss you. It's this person that loves like Swedish runners. Is it runners?
Biathlon.
Biathlon athletes.
Okay.
Bit weird. Expressions
Random, but we
FC
do that.
Blood says Certified Dre. Winston Williams says, Grace, can you kindly ask Robert Lies if it's time that Arteta recruits an open play coach to assist with open play? Hashtag Stoke FC. You never walk alone. We'll come back to Super Chats later. Right, let's see how we did in the fair play, hey? Let's see how we predicted this game. If we can get that up on the screen now. Have we got it up on the screen? Let's have a little look, see. Yes, we do. So Matisse went for a 3-1 win. Shout out to you. AGT went for a 3-2 Chelsea win. Wasn't even that bad, to be fair. Robbie went for 2-1. Abby went for 4-3, but to Spurs. So that was good. And Flex went 3-2 Spurs. So only AGT, Matisse, and Abby get that one right. Everyone else is kind of in the mud with that one.
No,
I
Abby
can't
didn't
lie
get it
to you.
Abby got it
I got it the wrong way
Oh,
round.
sorry,
I
yeah.
got
She got the score
correct
right,
score.
but the wrong way round. I apologise. But as you know, our friends at FairPlay are offering new users who download the app a free 1-week entry to the Jackpot 7s to win some cash. To receive your free entry credit, Jackpot is the code that you need when you sign up to redeem that. Congratulations to the 6 winners this week who have taken home a share of that £500. As you
look
can
at
see,
you,
the
right down
leaderboard,
there
it's
at the
not
bottom.
looking great for me.
Flexi-poo.
But as you can see, who's at the top there? Harj H with the £382.20. Round of applause for Harj.
Big up, Hodge.
Man like Harj. Big him up. And there was that's the current leaderboard.
Is that for the whole season? Is that for since we've started? Or that's
No.
That's
this
got to be
week?
just
It
this
must be
week,
this
isn't
week.
it?
Right, so
Flex
the week
right
when
at
I-
the bottom there,
when I
as you
was
can see. AGT,
bringing
Matisse,
money back, I would have been
Rabbit.
top.
Yeah, but we
A joint first right now,
Right,
so I'll
okay.
take that all day long. If you want to play
no.
along at home,
money.
these are the fixtures that we're looking forward to. Game week 16: Arsenal, Everton, Newcastle, Leicester, Liverpool, Fulham, Forest Villa, Brighton Palace, City, United. It's the Manchester derby this week, isn't it? And Chelsea, Brentford as well. They're the games that we're focusing on. So be sure to enter this week's Jackpot 7s as the game week is now open. And there's a chance to take home £700,000 in cash, the jackpot prize. Download the app, click the link below or scan the QR code on the screen. You must be in the UK and 18 plus. Gamble responsibly. Right, Liverpool didn't play but Arsenal dropped points, right? United lost again, as we know, and we'll get onto that very shortly. But Arsenal drawing against Fulham despite dominating in the second half, Robbie. There was that goal from Bukayo Saka in the 87th minute, which a lot of Arsenal fans thought was the winner. But no, Martinelli was offside. How do you react to... How do you react to this one, knowing that you almost had a chance with Liverpool not playing to go and get that 3 points and put a bit more pressure on them?
Listen, it was, I was there celebrating, man. Like, that VAR is a killer, It's a passion killer because, we thought we did it. I think Arsenal deserved to win the game. I mean, basically, Fulham, they scored, right? A great finish by. I couldn't believe it went in. If you found the angle, great finish by Jimenez.
Kivior though in that goal,
shocking.
Sleeping, and Saliba, there's multiple times to get across there to assess the situation. If you're top level, you know your guy's in trouble. You got to come across quicker.
I think about Saliba was brilliant in that game. Apart from that, but it wasn't really. It was more Kivior. Kivior got caught sleeping, and they punished us. I think they had 2 shots in the game. The other one was just a little half chance. They literally scored that and just parked up about 10 buses on the pitch, right? And we couldn't break them down. And I think it was almost like in the first half, we were so on top at first. They got that goal out of nowhere. And, I don't know if you guys have ever been at a game the fans are in shock. And you can almost see, like, the players are in shock, like, eh?
Yeah, because he was on them. He
like,
started
how are we losing this, right? And then we didn't get ourselves together until the second half. And then the second half, we put it on them. But we just couldn't. We got the goal, just couldn't get that second goal. Thought we got it right at the end. I think Thomas Partey missed an easy chance as well. Yeah. Should really have won the game, but it is 2 points dropped. It's definitely 2 points dropped. It was very disappointing in the end. I mean, we lost there last year, right? Fulham seemed to be this club that last year they took a point off us at home when we again absolutely put it on them.
Big up.
And
Not
I
enough,
think
though.
you got to where I've got to credit them, right? Is that. And I even was talking to one of them. The guy, I forgot his name. Harry works on
He was
Talksport.
giving it to Ty, mate.
He was arguing with Ty.
Harry.
But what he said is true.
Get
He
up
goes,
there,
listen,
boy.
he goes, I said to him, I thought every time I've watched Fulham this season, you guys have been a great attacking team. He's like, but he goes, we know that you guys are a good side. We ain't going to attack you. And we just switched up the tactics. And you got to hand it to them. Their tactics was get a draw probably, and they got a draw. So if that's your game plan and you got a draw, they got it.
Do you have any criticism towards what Arsenal are doing in open play? Obviously, heavy reliant on set pieces, which is working. I think when that don't work, you didn't really create much from open play.
I heard a lot of people saying this now, right? And let's just take a snapshot of the last few games, right? We went to West Ham, we scored 5. Mm-hmm. We scored 5 at Sporting. Before that, we scored 3.
Yeah, but if you go back before that...
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying in recent... It's so easy sometimes to just say, oh, look, it's all about set pieces. We have been scoring goals from open play. We have been scoring goals. It's just that we couldn't break them down. And we thought we got it at the end. And I think Martinelli, I was upset with him when I saw that back because I'm like, yo, bro, you've got to stay on side there. Yeah. You've got to stay on side. But listen,
what about Gabby Jesus, that ball over the top from Declan Rice?
Brother, I don't know what's happened to that guy.
Did that get stormed, Darren? Was that in the wind?
Someone we need to. I feel like Robbie. I feel we need some more like. What are the things you're looking? Because I think, do you know what? I feel like you're in like, listen, bad day at the office kind of thing.
Can't afford to have those though, can you?
I feel like in what's going on.
Listen, the pressure we're under.
And I'm not trying to put other Arsenal fans' opinions onto you, but is there more you think about individuals, what Arteta's done?
What I say is right, the mistake we made in the summer, we should have got a striker, right? We all knew it, we all said it. We didn't get a striker. We have scored goals, but I think sometimes
you were wearing a Havertz top the other day.
Hold on.
You were wearing a Havertz top on the selling.
On sale.
But I did say in the summer that we should have got a striker.
So where would you play Havertz?
Yeah, but Havertz should be
on the bench.
No, Havertz would be amongst those guys. Like you said, you guys all said, you got to have a good squad. So Havertz would be in there. You got 2 strikers, didn't you?
Not 290k a week. We don't.
Well, you got João Felix.
Not costing 65.
You got Felix. You got this. You got that. You spent 1.5 billion for.
Wow.
Right. So I'm saying that.
Thought you fixed him.
You don't buy one striker.
Thought you fixed him.
Or do you only buy one striker?
Well, I thought we've only got one real striker, which is Jackson.
So what about Nkunku? What about
we're talking about Arsenal,
but you're deflecting.
But anyway, you know what? As a matter of fact,
you said you fixed him.
As a matter
clearly
of fact,
it's not.
No.
Fixed.
What I'd say to this is, you guys are all right, but we're not in a title race. So.
Oh.
Yeah, no. I'm declaring
reverse
today.
psychology. you can't.
That's what I'm going to do.
This is.
No, wait. So are you saying
unheard of.
that?
We're not in it.
Are you being clear or you? Do you mean this?
Are you being genuine?
Right, we
We're
need
not in it
silence.
no
We
more.
need
Are you
silence.
gaslighting?
Hold on, wait. We need
We're
silence.
not
We
in
need
a
No, I
title
can
race.
tell in his face.
Wow.
He's being
We're not in a
decent.
title race.
No.
Wait,
Right, so
Uno reverse card.
right? Because
Why are
as
you
I said-
saying that? No, he's lying.
No,
Why are you
They're not
lying? Why are you lying?
Why are you lying for?
are you in a title race?
Oh,
We're not in it
Don't
yet.
listen to him.
They're 4 points in front of. No,
we're only a
you're
couple points ahead of you.
2 points in front of us. If they're not in a title race, nor are we.
But you're in phase 9.
No, we're not in a title race.
Oh, it's late.
You're better than us, no? You're not a better team
But I
than
thought
us.
Mick
No, you're above
Arteta,
us.
he knows
You
what we
said you're
need.
not
So
a better
we're-
team than us.
Mick.
At the start of the season,
Well,
you
the
predicted-
table tells us at the
At the
moment.
start of the season, you said you'd win it. So
The
are
table,
you not a better
the
team
table
than
at the
us?
moment.
Who's the better team,
Hold
Chelsea
on,
or
hold
Arsenal?
on.
Who's the
The
better
table
team?
at the moment tells us that you're better because you're above
I
us.
know. But who's the better team?
And you're not in the title race, so nor are we.
Chelsea
You don't-
are.
No,
Chelsea
say
are
we're
better.
better than
How
you
dare
then.
you
Say we're better than you then.
Spanish
How dare you
Say
ask
we're
me?
better than you. Go on.
No, but you're asking me
Who's
questions
better?
that you just
Who's the
answered.
better team, Chelsea or Arsenal?
No,
Who's
what?
the better team?
Listen, that's not the question at hand. You
It
asked
should
me
be the
a
question, isn't it?
You asked me a
I think
question.
Chelsea
Are we in the we in
Get
the
on
title
these two
race?
guys.
How can we be? You're not in it.
Who's the better team?
Chelsea.
We're not in it.
What,
You
after
are.
2 seasons of
You're not in it.
experienced runs and knowing how to win 10, 15 games on the trot?
But we
Last
didn't win it.
season, after winning 16 out of the last
I'll
17.
tell you what I'll do.
You're not in it. You
No,
can't.
no,
you
no,
can't
no,
get
no,
it.
no.
That's
That's what
Actually-
needs investigating because a whole bunch of Arsenal fans are
Actually,
saying,
no.
Odegaard's back now we go on our run.
No, but
Run
what I'll
where?
do.
Oh.
Oh, run
Run
Come
where?
back.
up the M1.
Run back to
Where
Woolwich.
they're running.
Wait.
Run back to Woolwich. Yes, run back.
Yeah.
Oh, we got him. We got him.
Run back to Woolwich.
You're in a relegation battle.
We're
You only
back.
have
We're
you
back.
to
We're
talk
back.
to
We're
it.
me back.
You are in a relegation battle. Right? How you get life?
Run back to
Anything to do with
Woolwich.
Arsenal, they can agree on.
But anyway,
Run.
all I'd say
She's
is,
alive.
We're back.
regarding the title race, come back and ask me in January.
Late. I tell you what, it's late.
What?
It's great.
What's going
No
on?
one cares. No one wants us. No.
But if
one
he
wants
wasn't being like him, what would you say
Right.
beforehand?
If Matisse admitted
Can
that
I-
they're in a
can I
title
say
Ask me in
something?
January.
Can I say
I
something?
said, right, I'm gonna start, right. I
Can I
didn't
say
even spend
something?
1.5 billion.
Yeah.
Right. So as I said,
Spent
you-
700
you-
though.
They spent 20.
Exactly. It's not
They've,
bad.
they've spent 20
Half.
years without a major though, so that's important to mention. They've spent 20 years without
Yeah.
a major.
Oh, so that's
So you know
Counts?
it counts for everything. You know what I
Counts,
mean? At the end of the day, we don't do title races. We do title winning. Right?
Oh,
I'm not
right.
interested in being in a race. I'm interested in winning.
every team.
So
wants
when
to
I
start-
think my
Oh.
team can win it,
Oh.
I will say it on here.
You must
But
clip.
I
Alright, well,
don't
I'll tell you-
race.
well,
I
I'll
don't do second place.
You must
I don't
tell you
do,
the same
I don't
thing.
do bridesmaid.
Well, I'll do the
I'm
same
here
as
to
you.
win.
Alright,
You
well
like
then,
races.
I'll
You
do the
like
same with you.
going to Cheltenham.
I'll do the same with you.
Giddy up and that. I'm not here for that. If we can win it, I'm gonna make it be known.
And
So
I'll
like
say
I
the
said,
same.
in January, I will declare my
Yeah,
stance.
and
Why holding
when
the
you
carrot?
declare
Just
yours,
admit-
I'll declare mine.
Okay. Yeah, but you already said your stance at the start.
No. When you
So you're just
declare yours,
backtracking now. You're
when you
backtracking.
declare yours, I'll declare mine.
Hey, this is not
Yeah?
luggage, brother. You,
Right.
we're
I'll
not-
declare
we're
mine when
We're
you
not in the
declare
airport,
yours.
Look at
brother.
these
You already
bums.
said that you're
They're
going to win the
debating
league.
about who's in the
Robbie
title
Lau
race.
said at the
Yes, we
start
are.
of the
We're going to
season,
win the
Arsenal
title.
are winning the league.
Yeah, we're going to win
Arsenal
the title.
winning the
whilst
league.
these
That's what you said.
sausages
Nice problems to have.
said
eh?
you're winning
argue
the
about
league.
who's going to
You
finish
said you're winning
second
the
and
league.
third.
Why are you not winning the league?
Bum.
Should we go?
Bum.
Just go.
If Man City ever drop off, we're gonna be the first ones
You
to
said-
pounce.
We've been
We're
saying
the
that for
best.
years.
Arteta's the second best manager in the league. We're Arsenal.
but
London
when
is
we talk about
red.
our team, that's
As
Where
I
are?
said,
What's
right,
going on?
Until I hear you, right?
Oh,
open your
don't-
mouth,
oh,
you're
oh.
a hypocrite.
Oh.
You come in the studio every
the
week.
Mud Brothers, come.
No,
the
listen,
Mud
stop,
Brothers.
let
Now
me
he's
talk
looking
now.
to me. Now he's talking about me.
Let me talk now.
What happened to the Mud
Let me
Brothers?
talk, yeah?
What happened?
My brothers
Let
was
me
last
talk.
season.
Oh shit.
My brothers was last
Oh
season.
shit.
Yeah,
now
my
you're
Mud
worried
Brothers
about
is
us.
You're a hypocrite. You
My
come in the
siblings-
I'm a
studio.
hypocrite. I'm being
You come in the
consistent.
studio
I'm
every
being
week.
consistent.
You can't sit with us.
I was the
You
only
come in
person
the
on this
studio.
panel that said Chelsea will make top 4. Now you're all flipping the narrative. Now you're all confused. Now
That's
you're
it.
all dazed. I already told you we were a good team. You lot wanted to laugh. I was hearing 7th, 8th predictions.
I told you it's a good side.
So, oh, wow.
and actually,
12.
I actually predicted you in the top 4 at the start of the season.
So let's
But you're a
relax.
hypocrite because you come in here
relax.
But Robbie, I've gotta ask you.
demanding for other
Robbie.
people to say whether they're in a title race. And when you're asked, even though you're above us, 2 points above us,
said-
who's above us
I
during the
said in
week as well,
January.
you're refusing. So until you do that, I'm
I
refusing.
said 2
too.
years
I've
ago.
got to ask
in
you, Robbie.
January,
We've got to move on.
You're in it.
Um,
In January. I said it.
Tactically, did Arteta, does he have some blame to take for this, or were the players just
No,
couldn't
listen,
get over the line.
Listen,
Just poor.
they didn't get over the line, right? And you got to. I am giving Fulham a lot of credit for the way they defended, and I think that's why I look at Big Ange. Yeah, you were piping in there, but it's not even because you were piping in there. This is why I look at Big Ange and I think to myself, yo, bro, look at the way they defended yesterday, Fulham, right? They changed up their tactics. They didn't play like how they played against you guys, where at your place, where they put it on you and they could have scored 4 or 5. In our game, they basically got their goal, and said, right, we're going to defend, and it worked. Now, I think like that's a lesson for Ange to learn, that sometimes you got to change it up a bit. You know, you're 2-0 up. You haven't got to go all out attack. They switched up their tactics. We couldn't break them down. We're the ones that fought. We're the ones that didn't take the chances that we did get, but they weren't loads of chances. But we didn't take them, and we suffered the price.
I think I want to say on the Arsenal thing that a lot, like you said, a lot's been made about the tactics, switching up the tactics. But actually, Arsenal, if we're being honest, Odegaard's come back, and it's supposed to be everything's back to normal.
It's not going to be absolutely every game, though.
Well, no.
You are going to have games.
You are going to have games, but
you can't afford to slip up.
But at
that's true.
At a point where you can't afford no
true.
more slip-ups.
Margin for error is gone, but it doesn't mean you're not going to get games.
Of course you're going to. But what I saw was a team that looked like they were out of ideas in open play. And I'm not being salty because we lost comfortably 2-0. But my point was, I said, for large parts, in open play, we were comfortable, and we're definitely not a good team. So whilst I think we rightly so praise the set pieces and give it the right spotlight, we also need to give the right spotlight to Arsenal in normal play, because you wasn't free flowing.
Yeah.
You wasn't making good decisions.
As I said, we should
you
really
looked like you didn't know what to
we
do.
should really have scored in open play. That's the thing, you know what I mean? As I said, if Martinelli holds his run slightly, we do score in open play. That's the thing. We would have won the game in open play.
I think your
but
chances
it was
created yesterday was like 84% of it had come from set pieces, which is fine. If that is the team you're going to beat, then that is absolutely fine. But obviously, if you're going to go and win the league, firstly, there is really no more margin for error. I felt that before yesterday, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the margin for error is slight.
And on top of that, you're going to have a plan B, whether or not you do something in January to get another spark in that midfield or something, you know, as another option for an Odegaard, or you're going to use Wanyeri more. I don't know.
What I would like to see Arsenal do in
it.
January, which unfortunately I don't think we'll do, but what I'd like to see us do is go and get a clinical striker. I don't know who that person is.
I think you need Isak.
You know what I mean? Whether it be a Gorkarez or maybe an Osimhen.
I think you need Isak. I think that would be perfect.
Or that's the thing, where you have to wait for
your left wing is still. By the way,
you're not going to get.
Yeah, it's not sorted. It's not sorted.
Your left wing is not sorted.
To me, Isak would be
Isak plays both
perfect
positions.
for us.
But your left wing is a problem.
But you're not going to get him. You're not going to get him in January, and that's what the problem is. You know what I mean? So
we should still slap down a bid though.
True.
Make your intention.
Register interest.
Yeah.
If you're a bad man, you put the money down.
Start following that car like you did before he actually signed for Newcastle.
Oh, it's late.
What's
Around
late?
London.
What's late?
Babs put the registration up, I think.
Solanke's gone.
Shout out Babs.
No, not
No,
Solanke.
big
Babs
him
said
up.
they're going on a run now.
And Bab still isn't worried about Liverpool, who didn't even kick a ball this weekend, and Arsenal and City have both dropped points, so I'll take that all day long. Next up.
I think I'm the only person who sits here and takes the
licks for other
flak
people.
for every other fan that says something.
What do you mean?
No, because you guys have said, Bab said this one said that one said. I never said it. Respect to his opinion if what he said, but I never said it.
Maybe not respect after what happened.
So why are you telling me about Bab? Let me mention that other
did.
guy then.
He did.
I'll mention some of the other Liverpool fans that have said things on some of them platforms.
Deflection?
Are you going to take all of their...
No, it's
Well,
not
they're all
deflection.
trying
Don't
to get
look
away
at
from
me.
you because you said you've won the league and they don't want to know you anymore. So
They're distancing
that's
themselves
what
from you.
happens, to be fair.
Where's your
Fine.
poster?
At the end of the season, we'll be
Should
there.
get it-
We'll
should
be
get it
there or
out.
thereabouts.
We actually lost to Fulham last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you did.
Hold that. Amorim has lost back-to-back games for the first time this season. Even whilst he was at Sporting Lisbon, he didn't experience that. But now, of course, after Dan Ashworth has now left, the attention was turned to the pitch at the weekend. And guess what? United failed to win at home against Nottingham Forest. They lost 3-2. And here are the predictions that we did. Not one of us. Not one of us.
You didn't even hate.
Silly
No,
sausages.
because after I watched Forest rock
Not
up to
one of
Arsenal
us.
when they were pathetic, I lost interest in them.
But Flex, you were at the game.
3-0.
90 seconds into it,
3-0
Christopher
They
Woodnaldo
didn't have
No, it
a
wasn't.
rises.
No, it was Milenkovic, mate.
Oh yeah, it was.
Oh, get it,
Mitrovic.
mate.
All right, but
God.
Wood
He
did
scored
score.
another header later on.
Okay, well I can't keep count. That's how bad it was for you. You lost, mate. You're
Gotta get it right
13th.
there.
Hold that.
Gotta get it
You
right.
lot are rubbish, mate.
Can't
You
start off-
sausage.
Can't start off with the first goal scorer and get it
Can we
wrong.
get your analysis,
Analysis,
please?
Analysis.
You've got to do your
Because
job.
you lot are
correctly, mate.
rubbish, mate. You're a sausage.
Oh, mate. Bozos, mate. Bunch of bozos. We know the things that are wrong in the team. We know that. We know Amorim can't come and do this. And he's been telling us before the Arsenal game, we will get found out very soon. And it's here. Storm Nuno, not Storm Derek, Storm fucking Philip, whatever, Storm. Storm Nuno.
Storm Darragh.
Storm Darragh, whatever his name is, yeah?
Big him up.
Storm Nuno. That's what it was. Yeah, Forest just exposed our lack of physicality, like lack of awareness on set pieces that continued from the Arsenal game. You've just conceded in that manner against Arsenal, and they looked dangerous from every single corner. I thought Forest were Arsenal. I thought it was the same thing. Every single corner that came in, under huge pressure, they're getting their head on it. They hit the bar from another set piece as well. Total waste of space, them players on Sunday. They really, really were.
Saturday.
Was it Saturday? Can't remember when the game was.
Head's
Saturday.
absolutely gone, isn't it?
Head's
gone.
fried.
Head's
My head's
gone.
even more fried with the Dan Ashworth thing. I'll get there. It's even more fried than that. And I was been saying on a few shows, being Cage just saying, I was saying, bro, I was deeped it the other day, when I was just, sometimes, when you're driving, you think deep, away from everyone, I'm going, there's only 4 men who can stay in our team. 4.
Who's the 4? Ahmad?
Ahmad,
Garnacho?
Yoro,
mate.
Mainu, and Ugarte, because that's his guy.
Yeah, there's no way you're going to get rid of all the others.
Of course not, but I'm just saying, and Mah Robbie, because he's a good squad, good guy to have about.
Robbie,
5.
5.
Man.
Dallo gone as well?
Yep.
Yep.
What about the butcher?
Who?
5'3" and an attitude.
The what?
5'3", attitude.
Bruno?
Tiny little,
The what?
The little gnome.
Is that in it?
Mason Mount.
Sandro Martinez. Yeah, butcher. Yeah.
I'm not so who?
El Borro.
The butcher.
5.
Well,
If I
I don't know.
Anana, yeah.
Oh, even him.
But you said he was having a great season.
Thought
Mount
he was
Mason
the
Mount.
best
Thought he was the best
What about-
goalie in the
hold on.
league, mate.
Bruno.
He said he was the best goalkeeper in the
Bruno?
league on Saturday Social.
Oh.
Yeah. Mason Mount, you said he fixed the system.
No, you have to answer now. We've got the receipts, yeah? I don't want to hear
You said
you
Mason Mount, you said he
covering
fixed
your
the
ears
system.
Yeah,
up.
he does, but no.
He said he's the best keeper in the league.
Anana was the best keeper in the league.
No, I was messing about with my man.
Oh,
I was.
So you
If
go on
watch it,
Sky,
watch it.
you lied.
I
You lied to the
done flex
nation.
thing.
Okay.
Because
You lied to the nation.
No,
Okay.
I didn't. Because
You did.
in the same thing, I went.
They pay their Sky subscription for you to lie to them?
You
I told him, and then I got
disgrace.
pelted. I was protecting your boy,
Good.
Hazard. And people still don't even understand what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
because
All the
you
little Mo
got
Salah
that one
fanboys.
wrong as well.
All the little Mo Salah
You got that
fanboys.
one wrong
with
as
little,
well.
Little jing bang running into people, getting a bit of luck. I like poetry and motion. I like real football.
Thank you.
What the hell is
Thank
Jing
you.
Anyway,
Bang?
do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm not surprised.
Yardman
You're not-
word.
You're not seeing anything.
Yard man. Anyway, back to
You're
my
not seeing
team.
any
It's all about
maestros in
Liverpool.
your
Can you
team.
It's all about
They're
Liverpool.
all sausages.
We're talking about
'cause
Man
you're
United.
shit.
Answer about
I'm trying to
Bruno.
talk about
Can
Man
you
United.
answer about Bruno?
Yes, I've just said.
So Bruno
I've
done.
just said 5 and he's not on the list. So what do you want me to do?
Wow. Captain.
Yeah?
Arno.
Are we
That is
saying
the, that is
control,
the, that is,
delete
that is the
again?
real
Control,
truth. No,
delete.
it's what we know. Like
Right.
that has to happen. For, what I'm saying is,
So dead.
Amarim needs to understand, which I think he does because he's a smart man. He needs to understand
Sancho still the
that
problem?
might have to bring him back 25 mil.
Nope.
Got the option, mate. Got the option. So
late now.
it's not really up to you, is it?
It's sounding like you
Yeah,
might
when it
need
comes.
to spend $1 billion in the next 12 months or the next 18 months to have that kind of squad overhaul.
Bro.
That's a lot of players, no?
There is a lot that needs to go. Like Man United have zero. When them corners were flying in, yeah, and we was under pressure. I was looking at our team, man for man. I'm looking at them with Milinkovic. They got what's the other centre back's name?
Murillo.
Yeah. They got Elliot Anderson's physical, Chris Wood physical. I'm just looking at all of them guys. Gibbs White can get about. You know what I mean? And I'm looking at us. Langer, he didn't start, but yeah. But I was looking at it, yeah, and I went, who here is even a competent header of the ball to even help with this? And on the pitch at the time when they were raining corners, De Ligt was the only real one. Lissandro's not going to do nothing. Yoro's a kid just come in. You're trying to see what he's doing. Hoyland, they're bringing back from up front for the court, not going to win it. Bruno, Mainu, Ugarte, who? Dallo's
Ugarte
not
should be
big.
winning headers, no?
He can win a few, but he's not big. He's not
Okay.
massive. He's not
You
tall.
didn't mention keeping
Ryan Yates as well.
He
Huh?
did
Mainu.
say
Yeah, I
Mainu.
did. Yeah, definitely Mainu. So look, it's not project like panic and all of this stuff. We're a very, very bad football team. Like Amarim knows that. He knows that we're a very, very bad football team, and I just hope that he is ruthless and is backed, which I'm going to get to Ineos in a minute, to actually
You're hard.
help him undo the squad and change it. Because if we try to put faith in what there is there of a lot of the same culprits plus players that we've got, and we go, that's not the level. The Amarim will get thrown under the bus at the end, and they say this is not it. So we have to undo it. Ineos, Dan Ashworth has left after spending longer on gardening leave than he did actually working for our football club. And I've been arguing with my own fans today because it's 50-50 split. I was on United View this morning doing my regular morning show. I said I need to have had an emergency flexes view driving yesterday. I was in the passion. I said, I need to get my thoughts now. That's when I saw. Then I thought, let's wait to see why he's been sacked. All of the Athletic done a big spread, everything, get the facts. And he did have some sackable offences. Apparently, he was the one where
He wanted Southgate.
he wanted Southgate. You know what I mean? And remember, I said to you that just will not happen.
Big up.
He wanted all the English
Big up Dan
man
Ashworth.
and all this. And it was
Big up,
Barada who
man.
said, "You're an idiot. Let me go and get someone proper." So sackable offence. I'm not out here with a Dan Ashworth poster saying, "Please, Dan, come back. You're not getting it wrong." What I'm saying is I think as United fans, some United fans are making this point, this argument that, well, at least it shows they're being ruthless because the old regime would have kept him even though they knew it wasn't going to work and he would have just stayed there. I'm sorry. He's been in there 2 minutes, mate. This is your guy.
The wrong hire.
We've exactly
Getting credit for firing him.
You can't do that. It's your mistake.
Literally did. I was just
Since
about to say
when?
that.
Since when? Oh yeah, but it's a lesson. It's not just an L. I'm going.
Nice.
We're going to be a laughing stock here.
How much money is it?
I've sat
How
on.
much
I've
money
sat
is
on
it?
the
Did
show.
you pay for him?
I've sat on the
You
show.
paid 10 million for it.
Yeah, I've sat. No, about 5.
Oh.
2 to 3.
Oh, that's all right.
I've sat and defended Ineos at the points where I think, no, that's, you know what, fair play, do this. At the point when Amorim came, that's the last piece. You've got your footballing guys. Everyone's done their garden leave. You've got your manager. You've got everything. You've put the ticket prices up. You've cut 250 staff. You've let go of Sir Alex. You've put a bit of money into the training
Man
ground.
not even have a Christmas
All this
staff
stuff.
party.
Cancel the Christmas party, apparently.
Mad.
There's no expenses credit card no more for the staff to get to the games or whatever. So you're tightening the belt. If you're tightening the belt and making these difficult business decisions that need to happen, why then should we turn a blind eye when you're making the most costly mistakes ever? You kept Eric Ten Hag longer than you should have because you was too scared to sack him. Then stayed with him and invested 200 million into him, then got rid of him and had to pay him 15 to 17 million. Beautiful. You then have to pay compensation to Ruben Amorim and his staff, and then you wait and you're on big BBC interviews going, well, Newcastle being very stupid, very, very silly. And Daniel is fantastic, he's best in class, he's absolutely brilliant. You go and say all that, make him do out his garden leave, and we praise you for that, by the way, by saying, yeah, no one's coming and bullying us anymore. We're not paying 20 million.
And
Newcastle, Matty Rent and all them, man, they hold that. 20 million what? Which 20 million? Hold that free, little light change, idiot. Yeah? Then guess what? You sack him. You sack him 3 or 4 weeks into the new guy's tenure.
And
then we have to go, oh,
they're treating their
well
women's
done.
team like crap.
And the women's team hasn't
They're
been
treating their
invested
women's
into
team
yet.
like crap. as
So
well.
all of these
Had them in-
things,
had them
yeah?
in Portugal.
So all them things, and I'm supposed to just go, well, at least they realise they made a
If
mistake.
this man was American and he had a cowboy hat and he said yeehaw, there would be a lot more criticism for Manchester United
And in
ownership
Twitter
and the way they've
spaces.
started.
And in
That
Twitter
the media have gone so soft and so
point.
light. When it was Chelsea and we were learning along the way with new owners and making all these errors, everybody was just landing it, crashing it, couldn't stop talking about it. Manchester United are allowed to make all these errors, sit in the same position we were,
13th.
and just get away with it. Not enough talk about it. Not enough talk
I
about
agree.
it.
And
It's
I-
mad.
And there's
remember-
people in the chat, Man United fan, they're saying you're what? But listen, my own fans are saying this. You're all waffling, this, that, and the other. How am I waffling when I'm stating facts? These are the things they've done. I never did it. It's not mine. I ain't got that kind of. I never did it.
I
These
said
man
to-
did it.
No,
Yeah,
you
I said
jinxed
to you-
it.
I
So
said to
how
you-
you can't make that type of error. I'm not saying that sacking Dan Ashworth might not be the right thing in the long term because you saw red flags. I'm not saying that. The guy wanted Southgate, fine. But if you put that much backing into a decision and it goes wrong, hold your L.
Yeah,
Hold your L. I'm not
I
going to
said
be
to
sitting there saying
KG
well done for rectifying it. You effed up, mate.
I said
Just
to
like
KG
you effed up with
a couple of months
with
ago, I
everything
said
else.
to this, when he kept going on about Ineos, I said, this ain't cycling, right? And if you actually look at it, what have they been... Listen, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, very, very successful businessman, you know what I mean, worth billions of pounds, a very rich guy, right? And he's in business, but in actual sports teams and that, what has he done? Which one of those teams he's got has been successful? Even when he took over the cycling team, they've gone down. They were winning. He's come in, you know. Nice, a very average team. I mean, what's he? So I think he was getting all this big up
Even Mercedes went
of being this super successful. Yeah, he took over Mercedes.
Look what happened to
That
Mercedes.
Mercedes have fallen off a cliff.
Poor Lewis.
Listen, I just think that, like you said, you know, it's crazy what they're doing. And Onana in that game, I've got to go to that. I'm not even going to go about the goal that he conceded, right? Because that was crazy.
Well, that was criminal as well.
It was straight at him. But where it was really criminal was right at the end of the game, right? when they got that free kick, where he placed it about 4 or 5 different times in the wrong spot.
Oh,
They
that
even
was mad.
one time the referee had to say to him,
Go back. This man,
wasting your own time.
Did you see when the
Yeah.
referee said, "Yo, bro, it's your time. You're wasting."
bro, he wasted
the man's
like 60
wasting time
seconds.
like they're winning.
My head
60
was gone.
seconds.
I was going to a guy
And then it was some dead
I was
kick.
going mad.
And then the kick was rubbish.
And then the kick was. I was when I saw that, I'm like, "Is this guy doing this deliberately? Is he like?" I've never seen nothing like that in my life.
If I was there, he picked up the ball and rolled it
Yeah.
all the way out there, tried to kick it from
And the
there.
man's saying you
Like,
put
no,
it back,
run
and
it
you're
back.
still
And he's still rolling
We're
it. And
losing,
still-
brother. It's our time.
I could not. That was insane. That was insane. I've never seen nothing like that.
And then you see the Chris Wood header, yeah? Obviously, Yoro, listen, welcome to the Prem, kid. You know what I mean? You got Chris Wood back
Hooks,
post. You
mate,
could lose
yeah.
that. Didn't get hooked. He's been injured for ages.
Wow.
Mate. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Didn't get hooked. This is a false narrative.
Wow.
Dodged the bullet, mate. Cheers for that.
Didn't get hooked.
Wow.
Didn't get hooked.
That's what
But
you
anyway,
said
him,
about
yeah?
Gakpo as well.
And you got Lissandro at the back post, yeah?
What's he doing?
Hello, Lissandro. There's a game going on at Old Trafford. I don't know if you've seen it, mate. We got a game going on. 4:30. Super. What time is it? What time is it?
What's Saturday?
When did we play?
Saturday
Oh,
night. Saturday night.
5:30.
Saturday.
Oh,
No, okay. There's a game going on in M6,
there.
mate. Yeah, the ball's coming over. Any danger of you trying to turn
Jump.
and throw one of your limbs at it?
Who, Lissandro?
Yes.
He's
He
so
can't
small he
reach.
can't see.
He can.
He
Can't
can't
reach.
see from down there.
can't reach.
Mad.
He's
So
tiny.
when I was trying to introduce, so we're not getting ball progression.
That's him.
We're not.
That's literally
we're not-
him.
Bro, he didn't
We're
even
not
jump.
tiny boy.
We're not getting
Didn't
ball
even
progression.
jump.
We're not getting progressive passes through the thirds and
He
all
needs
this
to move
stuff.
to
Yeah,
fullback.
I'm not getting dominance. I'm
gotta
not getting
go to
ground
fullback.
duels. One. What are you giving me?
Bro, he
Nothing.
needs to become an
can't
inverted
reach.
fullback, bro.
can reach.
He has to. Like this,
He can
it's the only
reach.
position I can see it working out from in the Prem. You're quite
Big
small.
cook, little cook.
You're meant to be
Said
good
it
on
from
the
the
ball.
beginning, they said, innit?
You got to play at fullback, invert. You got to do the timber roll. You got to make yourself
Wimpy.
make yourself useful because
That's
as
what it
centre
is,
back
a
in the
wimp.
Prem, I can't trust this guy to be defending
What is it?
6-yard
And
boxes.
you know
He's not
at the
imposing
start,
enough.
right, when he was signed, everyone would say, is he going to do well at centre-back being 5 foot? What is he, 5 foot?
3.
Well, your legend apologised.
No, I'm asking. What
He's
is
5
he?
foot
You
7.
don't have to get rattled. I'm just asking you a question.
No, I'm
How
saying
old
your
is he?
guy apologised because he said
Okay,
he
but
got it
how
wrong.
old, how tall is he?
Argue with Jamie.
How tall is
I
he?
think he's like 5'7".
5'6".
Right, so at the
how
start,
tall
right,
check. Let me ask you, let me
I know he's
check.
5'3" with an attitude, but at the
Right, he's
start, everyone made an
1.75.
excuse because he had a good career at Ajax. He is too small
One
to be a centre back.
point. He's
a Premier League, yeah.
But hold that.
That
He couldn't even
Milinkovic
reach
is
him.
a-
He's 5
Yeah,
foot.
we
He's
played
smart.
with
He's
5'9".
like
It's
tall
5'7".
It says 5'9" on
Says
Google.
5'9".
Flex, I was like
Well,
tall
anyway.
and
The problem is,
trying to
the problem is,
Embarrassing.
yeah. The problem is, if I'm
Embarrassing,
being
mate.
honest, the problem is that it's not that he's just too small to play in the league. The problem is that if you're going to have somebody like that in your team, you have to subsidise that with a lot of other physicality around the team, and Man
You ain't
United
got
don't
that.
have that. So then that weakness gets extended.
it's always gonna get targeted, though. That's the problem.
But if you got other guys in there, you can go, nah, you're not little bro and him. Come, let me. Then it's different. Like when I look at every single other team, look at Arsenal. They got Rice, they got Havertz, they got
Saliba, Gabriel,
they got
White.
Calafiori. You got some big guys.
Physicality.
Ben White's
Say,
big.
Party.
Van
I mean,
Dijk,
Konate, Van Dijk, all over
Gravenberch.
6 foot.
Yeah.
Who else? Probably some others.
Mr. Van de Ven.
Gravenberch quite
I mean,
tall.
you got Van de Ven,
Gravenberch.
Romero, and but you have athletes though. You have willing runners. When Tottenham are going full
Yeah, yeah.
throw,
A
they're
Doggy's a
at it,
runner,
at it,
Toro,
at it,
like,
at
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Sometimes
Flex.
Spurs, Lavia, at it, Caicedo, at it. Centre backs, Cucurella, physical. They can run. They can. When I look at my team, yeah,
These guys were looking a bit fragile not so long ago. They've just kind of the guys you just mentioned.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
only they just now
But
coming
that's
into
what I'm saying.
it.
So the
Really,
mentality switch. It's not
Yeah,
always
it's a
just
mentality thing.
Because the manager said, and listen. I've got no problem. Ruben Amorim, I'm really happy he's here, and he understands the task. It's very refreshing to hear him basically say we're shit. That's what he says all the time. Yeah, but he also says it's not about making them faster. Like, I can't make somebody have a higher top speed, but the mechanisms mentally to want to run more is what needs to be there.
The
So.
problem,
read the
the
game
problem
well.
he's got though is it's a results business, isn't it?
Of course.
And if they can get rid of Dan Ashworth, right, like that, how they've done with that, right, that's will be a little bit of a worry for him as well. That like I'm not on about right now. Obviously.
Yeah, of course, down the line. But listen, I do get you have to be ruthless for things to be right, but I'm just not having that. United should make those type of decisions, and us as fans
Just
just go.
before we
All
move
right.
on, Flex, not starting Rashford, taking off Bruno. Did he get that right, Amorim?
Yeah, Bruno. The thing is, Bruno wasn't even playing all that good when I know he scored a goal, but he gave the ball away for the second goal as well, and he is knackered. He's playing all the time.
Do you think that Bruno is the type of player that is, you can't criticise him because
Oh, of course you can criticise him.
Okay, it's just
of course you
I
can.
was having a conversation the other day who on Talksport, and they were saying that
because he
you know,
gets the goals, or
because
he
he
gets
gets
the
that
numbers.
he stepped his step.
Nah,
up and
I
What's
think you have
strange
to
to
be-
take him off when you needed a goal, though?
Yeah, but he's flagging. He's flagging, Rob. Honestly, like it's one thing just leaving someone on because he did
Yeah.
get a goal back, but the man's flagging. Can't move.
Also, there's so many games. You've got to manage the squads. Like there's so many games.
Well, what a week it's been. Absolute scenes on the pitch, but let's be honest, nothing's
Know the
worse
feeling.
than when you're buzzing for match day, but you realise you're in a location where you can't watch the game. It's peak frustration. But with Proton VPN, you'll never miss a moment of action again, wherever you are. They've got you covered by helping you to access sites you need to stream, whether you're travelling or facing the annoying restrictions that stop you from watching the big matches. And it's not just about access. Proton keeps you secure and private. No one's tracking your IP location, online activity, or your online activity, should I say. Plus, it's available in over 110 countries with over 6,500 servers. You get super fast, buffer-free streaming every single time. And you never miss a moment of live football. You can get a fantastic deal right now on Proton VPN today. Just use our exclusive link below or scan the QR code. With that, let's dive into our show's moment of the week, thanks to Proton VPN. These are the ones that we've selected for our Proton VPN moments of the week. Big Ange disaster class, losing 4-3 from being 2-0 up. Palace's dramatic point against Manchester City. City also dropping points. Brentford's incredible home form. I mean, they're scoring goals for fun at home. Destroyed Newcastle, winning by 4-2. Of Nottingham Forest's first win at Manchester United in over 30
It's got to be
years.
that. I think it's that.
What are you going for, Matisse?
Listen, there's no way I'm not going with that derby. Tottenham versus Chelsea, man. It had everything. It was prime Barclays, entertaining, goals, tackles, intensity. Definitely that one.
What are you going for, AGT?
I'm definitely going for Forest first win at Old Trafford in 30 years.
Flex?
I'm definitely going to go with the Big Ange disaster class.
You going?
Forest.
I'm actually going to go with Forest as well because, you know, I expected Chelsea to win that game because it's 3-point late.
2-0 down.
Right?
2-0 down, though. I'm
2-0
sorry.
down.
Even then, I told you.
Doing this in front of
Panenka,
their fans,
bro.
they're throwing things on the pitch.
That's what I'm saying.
They're
I
taking
think,
a piss.
I think
Chris
Forest
Wood.
Forest
Wood.
coming off of back-to-back defeats.
Panenka.
You know, we're gonna. All right, listen. I'll tell you what.
I
I don't like how
We
it
put a
is. I
poll
don't
up.
like
We
the
put a
fact
poll
that
up
I
in the
don't
group.
like
That proves we're just the biggest.
No,
still,
I
man.
just
Thank
don't
you.
like
All right,
that
let's
it
get
says
into
that
some
Big
super
Ange.
chats,
Should have said
guys.
Basuma and Sarr.
By the way,
We need to catch up on them. We've got
just
loads.
over 12,500 of you watching. Get them likes up, people,
Yes,
right?
meeting.
Big up. Momar Diop says, Abby, very tough result for your club this weekend. Felt like you lot finally turned a corner,
When?
only to drop points against Palaceable teams.
when
Have
did
fun doing the Poznan from the bottom
never
half of the
turned the
table,
corner.
you shameless sausage.
When did we turn a corner, mate?
Never.
When?
Beat City 4-0. Sai Ruggiera says, Chelsea pull the pool card, pulls the poor card on Robin Hood Hotspur, and it was accepted. The reason that they're in the Champions League. Sir RZ says, say what you want about Abby, but big up for being here every week considering you're a Spurs
hold my
fan.
lips.
Hats up to you. You'll never
Always.
walk alone. Clara says, is the panel going to skip Cook and Abby for the Bournemouth defeat as she had enough today? Indigo
roast me for it.
Eagle.
Wanna
Abby
roast me?
saying Chelsea would finish 12th might be the worst shout in DR Sports history.
We redid it. Move on.
She can claim she
Move
walked
on.
it back, but that is diabolical.
No,
Abby,
it's
are you
not.
okay? Are you okay, Abby? Says Sean.
I'm absolutely
Yadvendra,
fine.
Fulham's a tough place to go to, ain't it, Robbie?
Very. We lost there last year.
You did. Tanishk says, why is it that Salah and Saka have to work twice as hard to get the praise,
Didn't win the league
whilst
last
Palmer and Foden can ghost a few games and still get their plaudits?
Lol.
At Madrid, we give all for the white shirt, says Shivansh. Liverpool should be more worried about Chelsea than Arsenal, you know. Chelsea is a club with real winning
Second.
pedigree and not
swear
known
if
for
we win
bottling,
this before
says
you-
Are you
Yadvendra.
AGT? Are you?
Are you?
Who's your
Got
closest
to-
rival?
Did you read
Yeah,
this
yeah.
section?
Let's ask
wait,
AGT.
wait,
Let's
wait,
ask
wait. No,
AGT.
no, no, no.
Ask
Before-
AGT. AGT, who are you more worried about?
AGT,
Who
no,
you more
no.
worried about?
Before
That's
you
a good
answer
question.
that,
That's a good question.
before
good
you
question
answer
to
that,
ask him.
he just whispered to me. He
Yeah.
goes, if we win it before you,
Yeah.
you're a bottle job, you know.
I said we. I said.
Fight.
Today.
Fight.
Yo, bring me to best of enemies. I'm telling you.
Yo,
You'll be in big
king
trouble,
up.
you know.
That's crazy, man. But who am I more worried about? Chelsea or Arsenal? I'll say Arsenal.
Is it still Arsenal?
See, it's still Arsenal,
Because
see?
I don't. Chelsea aren't going to win the league. Their defence is still awful.
They're not.
Robert Sanchez.
More chance. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
Robert Sanchez will not be lifting the Premier League trophy.
That would be wild if he did.
Yeah.
But he won't
That's,
be.
that's part of the reason why I'm
He
like,
won't be.
slow down.
No, he won't be.
If
There's
we
no
get
chance.
Jorgensen swapped in,
There's
the goal,
absolutely no chance, mate.
bro, that's what I'm saying.
There's
The defense is
absolutely
mad.
no chance, I'm telling
I need
you.
Jorgensen in goal soon,
Just
man.
Brad says, I'm a Spurs fan, but we're a mid-table team. When has Levy ever shown ambition and spent money on a ready-made player? Levy is Mike Ashley running on a budget. Glad you represent us, Abbi, you sound like me. You need a Dan Ashworth, Gareth Southgate footballing duo, says Stephen Island. Ryland says Sarr should have had a second yellow for the pen anyway. Cuckoo wore his nan slippers and we still smashed you lot, says Ryland. Sheldon says off subject, wanted to ask the table thoughts on Juan Soto from the MLB signing a 15-year contract. Wrong sport, mate. Wrong sport. Come on, buddy.
Yeah.
See
That's
how much
baseball.
MLB, they get
765 million,
Anyone ever
15
been to
years.
see baseball?
Yeah, it's the worst.
Yeah, big up though.
Long.
Thanks for watching, nonetheless, even though they think it's rubbish. Abbi and all these pundits keep saying that Chelsea spent $1 billion, but never mention that Chelsea sold 900 million.
Don't
says
care.
UK. Jack
Don't
Haggis,
care.
Jerk Haggis, not Jack. Jerk Haggis. That's interesting food. Who's the missing pieces for Spurs to actually break their curse? Ange is a magical manager and needs more time. Oh dear. Ricky says, every time Spurs lose, Abbi arrogantly says, we gave you the goals. Chelsea outplayed
Literally gave you
Spurs
2 penalties,
when they were
yes or
2-0
no?
down.
Gave you 2
Where do
goals. You can't say
Spurs
that when we
studs
literally
get
had
this
sliders
arrogance?
on.
Vivek.
Literally
Carragher
gave
saying
you
there's
2
no underdog story.
Actually,
They
it was-
spent
yeah.
$1 billion.
So it's 2-0 win then.
Wasn't he saying
for
that
us.
we aren't an exciting team?
No,
Matisse, I can't stand this guy,
2-0 for
man.
us.
He hates Chelsea.
It's 2-0 win for us.
Guys, come on. Clara, Robbie comparing us to your 23 season. Arsenal spent 247 days at the top of the table, hence they called you the bottlers. We haven't been at the top of the table for a
Thank
single
you.
day, and we're
I
not
don't like this
delusional.
disingenuous
Shut up,
like
Clara.
Difference is,
analysis
Rob,
of
you ain't
Arsenal.
won a
I
league
don't
in
like
20
it.
years.
You were
So
top,
it's a question.
Robbie, you were
You lot
5
are in the
points
title
clear
race,
at the
right?
top of the league. Of course, we're going to say you're in a title
People were
race.
saying we're in a title race before that.
If we were at top 5 points, hold on a second. If we were 5 points clear in January, obviously I'd be saying we need to win the league. Fuck title
You lot
race.
bottle job.
How can we
jobs,
bottle
you
it?
don't
We're not
wanna-
top.
You don't want to admit that
It's
you're
not
in the title
about that.
race,
We're not
right?
interested
This
in
thing,
that.
You're not Brighton.
I don't think you
You're
can
not
call them
Brighton.
bottle
How can we
You're
bottle
not-
it? What are you
right,
talking
they're
about?
carry- they're carrying
Robbie,
on
you've
like-
lost your mind.
You know,
We gotta get through.
Robbie,
Anyway, let him get
Robbie,
through.
go,
let him
go.
get
what do we
through.
have to gain from saying it? What does it mean? It doesn't mean
Quessy.
I'm
anything.
scared to say it.
It doesn't mean
Quessy
anything.
says,
It doesn't mean
difference is,
anything.
Rob, you ain't won it in 20 years, mate.
True, we haven't.
Time pass. Abbi can hold
That's why
that.
we're not in it.
Couldn't have happened. Couldn't happen to a better fan. Says time pass. Abbi can hold that. Vishnu says, Matisse, don't fall for the title challenge trap. Always maintain that we are not in it. Todd Miller. Rivals grasping at anything whilst the mighty Chelsea keep moving
Scared,
on.
Todd.
Hold that up the Chelsea.
not mighty,
Spurs being
scared.
Chelsea. I honestly don't know how United can keep the name of Manchester United after some of their performances of late. Chelsea's in a title race, says Sai. Jamal says, does Robbie not realise that we're not all as stupid as Arsenal fans and can handle full sentences? Stop all this answer yes or no nonsense.
Answer yes or no. It's simple, isn't it? If you're that intelligent, mate, you know what I mean? Yes or no. Let's have it. Let's have it.
No, this super chat's mad. Any more of that, Matisse? Gonna have to start calling you Mah Tits, bro. Abbi Reindeer, Mah Tits, Deflex. What's next? Precise science. Robbie, can you demonstrate? Man U new manager bounce again. That was hilarious.
Oh, the
Man U will destroy
The
Amarin.
man new manager bounce. Did you see that?
Expressions was seething yesterday, fam. He was seething, sauce.
Oh, did you see
Says
him?
Blue
I thought
Boy.
I'm sure he was crying, wasn't he?
He was. He was.
You see the expression?
Yeah, he did
His eyes
cry.
was watering, man. Like, I'm
Oh.
crying for him, man.
You guys need to have another Spurs meeting.
Yeah, he was.
Look, he's crying, man.
Officially
vexed.
time to add
Yeah.
Deflector Rob to Abbi on the mute list. AGT, leave Matisse and Rob's nonsense. Who do you think is in the title race with you?
Rattled in.
I'd say Arsenal. Who's rattled?
You're Chelsea fans.
Oh, not me.
Answer
Gonna
the
say.
question, all of you. When you come here, say yes or no. Are you in it or not?
Oi, where's the chest from you lot on the panel when LFC drew against Newcastle? Man United slapped,
Doesn't matter.
Spurs slapped, Arsenal 2 points down the tubes, says CFM. Is Abbi voting on other people's
She's such a
votes?
hater.
And she's still
Just
way
so
behind.
you're aware, guys.
I'm such a
She's a
dweeb.
sausage.
Yo, she is a
When we
proper
do the
hater.
diary room after this, we're once again gonna
She's a
say
proper
that
hater.
she's cheated again. Just
She's
so
gonna have
you
the
guys
record
know at
of-
home that we're live.
You don't even know who the votes we're going to, do you?
Well,
so hold that.
I've not even played, so it can't be
Hold
me,
that.
mate. I'm probably not even an option,
You
am I?
are.
You are an option.
And we got-
You're always an
there were
option.
3
Oh,
votes.
so you're voting for me?
Yeah, all
You
three of us,
bad
all
mind
3 of
snake.
us.
You
Yeah.
snake. So only 3 people think I'm a
Yeah.
sausage. Big up.
I do.
Arteta, you're embarrassing. Arteta is arrogant and inexperienced and will win us 0 majors. What is this, tennis? Overcomplicates
Majors,
things
what?
and frustrates his own players. Maresca and Slot are better, says Ngoni. Jarzy says, huge congrats to Saudin Palika, the young Detroit the Sweden, Captain Sweden at the World Junior Get out of here, man. We're talking about football, not bloody the World Junior Championships in Ottawa. Yeah, come on.
Ottawa.
Yeah, I don't care.
Ottawa.
We're talking about football, soccer. Geoffrey Cash. You want to get rid of Garnacho Flex. Why didn't you have him in the top 5 players to
Yeah, I
stay?
thought you would have him on your
Oh,
list.
yeah.
Don't know.
English Talent says...
Gone?
Just don't know at the top level. I'm not sure.
English Talent says, Mar Titties. When is the OnlyFans link dropping?
Soon.
Mar Tits.
What do you can't believe?
Once, like you, Rob, deluded because all Arteta has done at the point of the process, we should be capitalising on Man City, not chasing Liverpool. Some fans just happy being in the title convo and not win, says Jordan. Is that why you're so obsessed with title chat, just so you can feel a bit involved?
Obsessed with me.
No, fair enough. Shogun says Amorim needs to stop changing our back free. Yes, he can test with subs. Never bench Mazza.
Sorry,
Also,
that's so
stop
good.
Garner. He is much better as an impact player.
Have you seen what they
Can I show
called
you?
you?
Yeah, Garner.
Sorry.
That's what he
It's not a
says.
super chat, but someone just called him Mastrid Wet.
Wow.
That's.
I told you I'm dropping OnlyFans soon.
Are you doing like
Wow.
a page 3 calendar for Christmas or
Oh,
something?
that's a sick idea.
Copyright.
Because I've pictures of my nipples everywhere.
Right.
Little page 3
Let's not forget that Christopher Vivell was appointed by Bowley. Guys, come on, we got to get through these. Let's not forget that Christopher Vivell was appointed by Bowley as technical director in December 22. And 6 months later, he was gone because of differences in views. Now look at Chelsea, says Sean. Jay says, it's nice to see the Mud siblings dressing the same. Junior July says, can we finally agree? It's always been the players, mediocre players with weak mentalities who have been coddled for time, says Junior.
Which team?
I need AGTs. Oh, it's late. Quote, as a ringtone. I'm sure if you DM me, I can sort you out something, mate. It's going to cost though. You'll never walk alone, Arsenal. You will never win anything, says Emmanuel Adebayor. It's a good one. Very good. X and KG should be on best of enemies. I'm sure they will be at some point, says Moses. Kia Luke says, go around the table. Who have a worse season, Man United or Tottenham? Well, it all depends.
Well,
That's a really
It all
good
depends on the
question, you know.
quarterfinal.
We'll let you know
That
on the
is a
19th.
good-
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
two play each other,
Next
isn't
Wednesday,
it? The
mate.
Mud siblings
Can't
are
be
facing off.
And
Are
think-
you going
Find out.
together?
Yeah.
It looks
Who's
like we
winning
might
the
go
game?
together
The
as
boxing?
well.
Who's gonna win that
We're
game?
together,
it's late.
so
Don't know.
we'll give you some
I'd
good
say,
content.
do you know what? I'll probably say them because at least they can get about. Like if we went 2-0 down like that because of like mad stuff happening, nah, we just wouldn't recover.
Next up, Abdallah says, rival fans are not allowed to put us in a title race. You told us we were finishing 10th. We had £1 billion to dross, so sit down and be humble. And reminder that Arteta didn't win the FA Cup memory squad.
Over a
So
billion.
the
What did
same
you spend
can't
£1
be
billion
said
to do?
for Baldy.
Why
It
would they
is
spend
Klopp
£1 billion to
hands
do
me
that?
down.
Who, Chelsea?
Yeah.
Baldy,
dominate.
have some respect, Adam,
Dominate
you
what?
sausage.
Dominate second place.
Are you dominating now?
Well,
You're
I
dominating most teams.
personally don't think we're ready to dominate right now.
No,
But
but
if
you're in a
if-
position.
If we build up a team, so we spent the money, right? Let's talk about this properly. If we spent the money and it's a young team, it's the youngest team in the league, and this team go on to dominate English football in the next 10 years, they win 7.
When we were
Then
going for the league,
not
we were the
winning it
youngest
now
team.
won't be a disgrace. It will be if this team don't go on to win it in the future, and in the very near future. So next season, I'm 100% gonna go game week 1. We're in it, but let's wait until January. and then,
Remember
like I
when we
said-
were going for it,
Yeah,
right?
you were.
That's exactly what Arteta...
And you're still going for it now.
Arteta actually said, he goes,
Yeah.
oh, this come a bit early for us.
Yeah,
we
it
weren't
has.
expecting us. This is the,
You were
the,
top
the
of the league.
process.
Yeah.
He got mocked for saying about the process. He got mocked for
I've not said
when
process.
when we didn't win the league. Now you lot,
not
who
said that.
spent £1.5 billion, refused to say you're in a title race, your manager...
Yeah. Because we're not silly. That's why. Because
Coles,
we know what title
Palmer,
races
all
are.
of these men,
That's-
right? They don't
Again,
wanna-
this is what I keep. Because we
Yeah,
know what a
because you're
title
scared.
race. Because we know what a title race is. It's
Yeah, 'cause
December.
you're scared. You know what I mean?
It's
You don't want to
December.
put your
Still
chest
been a
out
long
there. You
time
don't want to
since
back
you've won
it.
it,
You
though.
know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Don't wanna
listen,
back-
you've only
you know
won
what I
it
mean?
once in
Yeah,
the
but I'm
last
talking
30
about
years.
you.
So let's
We're
not do
talking
that.
about
Because I've
us.
won. I've seen more titles.
What have you won before that, though?
What do you mean?
So
We've
when
won
was the
more
last
Premier
time
League
you won
titles
the
than you.
league?
So let's
About
not
8
do
years
this.
ago?
Let's not do this.
So football
You're-
started in '92, did it?
Well, when were you born?
94. It's
So,
irrelevant.
so I'm talking about what
I
we've
know
witnessed.
football from the 50s.
So
It's irrelevant.
I'm talking about what we've witnessed.
Anyway,
I'm not
we
talking about what was
must-
going on when we was
honestly,
in
the
your dad's
time is
bollocks.
really
You know what I mean? I'm talking about what's happening. Or, you know what I mean? So,
Relax yourself. Brentford
What year
4,
were you born?
Newcastle 2.
97.
97.
Yeah, you're a baby, man. You're a sausage. Brentford 4,
Listen, don't
Newcastle
call me
2.
such, I'll knock your
This
teeth out.
was a this was a fair play fixture. Nice.
Terrible.
This was a fair play
What did you
fixture.
say?
Did anyone get it right? No one.
one got it.
Matisse
Abbi
and
got
Abbi got the win, but unfortunately not the score prediction. Big result that for Brentford.
Knew they'd be
Newcastle
good.
thought they would get something, but Matty Renton's got to hold
By
that,
the way, big
unfortunately.
up Brentford, man.
Yeah, they must.
Without Ivan Toney. They haven't missed him.
They didn't, even when he was still there, but with
Yeah,
Bam
yeah.
Fraziers, they were still doing it right.
Done. Brilliant. Whistler and...
And also, big up to Brentford for introducing the Gen 10 initiative, which allows young people to go for £10.
Yeah, I saw that.
So if Brentford can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it,
My
and we
chairman
can
would
do it
never.
as well.
My chairman
Big up
could
Brentford,
never.
man.
So Ratcliffe said he put up our prices because he said, why should Fulham have higher ticket prices than Man United?
Is that a way to...
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is what he said.
That was the reason.
South West London, mate.
Literally, it's in
By the
London.
river, mate.
They're building a swimming pool in the stadium.
But I
Villa...
tell you what Spurs do, they offer you 10% off at the shop.
Oh,
That's what
that is
At the
really
shop.
good to
Yeah,
be fair.
when you spend
quality.
£100, they give you 10% off.
That
yeah.
is
quality.
good to be
Yeah.
fair.
Quality.
I can't lie.
And off the Skywalk.
Next up, Villa 1, Southampton 0. Did we get this
100%.
correct? No one did. Apart from...
No.
We all got the right winners, but no one actually got the correct
Southampton.
score.
By the way, that guy, he's Baby Ange.
Hey,
Guess who
Yeah, I
they've
mean,
got
Russell
next?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
Baby
Dr.
Ange.
Tottenham will see you.
No, if you lose to them,
If you lose
If
that
if you
one-
lose to them, I'm sorry, he needs to be sacked.
The reason why
Everybody needs to go.
the reason why I call him Baby Ange because like he refuses to change his
Yeah,
tactics.
he is
Tottenham
very...
can't lose to Southampton though.
I thought Villa would
No, he's
put a
gone.
few past them though, and it was only 1-0.
Is he gone if you lose? If
You
lose
can't
that
lose to
one?
Southampton.
No,
I don't care.
Southampton's
I don't care who you're
got
owning.
Liverpool
I know you're
soon
saying it's not
after
Ange's
that.
fault.
I don't care if you have
and all that.
I'm saying
Levy,
it's not
Lewis.
all Ange's fault.
Even
We've
we
got-
beat them 3-0.
We've got
Like, they are awful.
Southampton, then we've got you at home,
just
then we've
about
got
Southampton.
Liverpool.
It's just about Southampton. If he
must
doesn't
do.
beat
If
Southampton,
you don't beat Southampton,
I'm sorry.
and then you never know. Liverpool, we
I
might get
think-
knocked out the
well-
cup. Could be awful.
If he doesn't beat Southampton, I'm
I
sorry.
reckon he
he's
doesn't
moving
get
on.
sacked after Liverpool. I reckon if he goes out the cup, he then gets sacked
Where
Palace.
was the Southampton game?
at Southampton.
Next up.
What do you say about them
What-
away games? You go difficult places to
Difficult
go.
place to go.
You went Fulham.
Windy.
That one.
Rainy.
Next up, Palace 2, City 2. What a result for this game from Palace. They held City to a draw. The only person to predict this correctly,
Why did I said on the big six?
apart
It
from the
weren't bad,
actual
mine,
score,
because remember,
was
if
Robbie.
you go back to it, I said that they play well against City. They're another one of them teams where they've City find it hard to beat.
Are City out of it, yeah? City out of it.
I won't.
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know. You
Ask a
don't-
City fan, don't ask
I
me.
won't ask you about these
Right?
things.
City
though.
out.
They're below you, so they probably are. You're out of it.
Are you-
The only people in the title race is obviously Liverpool because they're in the driving seat. Chelsea are in it until they're not. It's not likely, but I think Arsenal are the most. That's the team.
City are only 2 points below us, so
I'm
they
not
are.
counting
You
City
can't
out.
count them out
You're
yet.
still not counting them
No,
out.
I won't count them out.
I think they're done.
Just 'cause of the
this
shape
season,
that
man.
I'm not
They're
counting them out.
But to
yet,
be fair,
yeah.
it is only 2 points actually. There.
Yeah.
And also, I wait.
But
and
I
see
just
if
look
they
at
do
the age of
something.
their
Just
squad.
don't
I don't.
look-
For the age of their squad, they just don't.
I agree, but I just feel like City can just sometimes
Not
be
this
City.
time.
I don't
Great
think
header
it will
from
be this
two
time,
great
but I
goals
won't- I'm
from
not
City,
counting them
actually.
out. I'm not
Depends what
counting
they do in
Was
general.
it a red card
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Rico Lewis?
Never.
No,
no.
no, it wasn't actually. No,
them. No, I didn't think it
No,
was.
it
Can't
wasn't
be-
a red card. No,
it
it
won't get
wasn't.
overturned because it's a second yellow.
Yeah.
But it's a
It
terrible
wasn't a red.
decision.
that was a bad
wasn't-
decision.
That was poor.
I agree.
But why? You know what? At the end of that game, why is it when Pep was being asked about it, he kept saying because it's Rico?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is
Trying to be
Rico-
a bit
Is
sarcastic.
Rico Lewis a picked on player? I never known Rico Lewis to get picked on.
Maybe he thinks it's because it's Man City.
Yeah, exactly.
But don't want to say
He's
it.
proper rattled, yeah.
Proper.
That would have made sense if it was like a Granit Xhaka who always
Yeah.
picks
Yeah,
up
but he's
cards.
got-
Did you hear him in the
Yeah.
post match? It's Rico.
He's Rico.
It's Rico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
What
like-
do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
It's Rico.
It's Rico.
It's Rico Lewis.
It's Rico.
It's
I kept
Rico.
thinking to myself, I never known Rico Lewis get
Bro,
picked on.
yeah.
At least
I love it
picked
when
on
And
Pep's
he's
people.
not a serial
Pep's
fouler,
angry,
is
it's
he?
the
He's
best.
not
When he
like
tries to
someone
play the
who's-
victim, it
It's
just
so.
doesn't really
It's brilliant. When
connect.
Pep's
Doesn't
angry, it's
really
the
work.
best version of Pep, honestly.
Yeah, spoiled baby. Leicester 2, Brighton 2. Who got that one right? Absolutely no one. Right? What a game that was, by the way. Super
Van
late
Nistelrooy
drama.
effect, mate.
Van Nistelrooy,
Should've
Jamie
kept him.
Vardy
Should've
in the
kept him, there you
goals
go.
as well. A goal and an assist for Vardy.
Bet the hammering.
So they got a point after Brighton were 2-0 up, was it? Unbelievable
Suppose
result.
Leicester
That.
finish above United.
What?
And
happened, mate?
that's it
Van
for your
Nistelrooy.
fair play
Might happen.
games. We've done the others. The other game was Ipswich 1, Bournemouth 2. Just gets from bad to worse for Ipswich. They can't get any luck at the minute.
Yeah.
And Bournemouth are doing really well too. So big up
They
to
did beat Tottenham.
Iriola. They did. And have we got any more super chats just before we finish up? The 2 clowns of Manchester fighting coming this weekend, says Emmanuel Adebayor. Arsene Wenger says, can we go for everyone and their favourite trophy, starting with Flex and ending with Abbi? Good one. Phase 1 slot and Enzo versus Phase 69 Arteta with the bottle emoji, says Oliver. Switch club, Abbi. You don't deserve this, sweetheart, says Hakil, the Liverpool fan.
Too nice.
And Arsene Wenger says the same thing again, which, yeah, big up. Right, that's the show.
What'd you growl at me for?
Just before we go, Sausage of the Week votes are in.
Let me guess.
And I can confirm, why am I even in the poll? And the 3% that I got, we already know it was these 3 voting for me. It's AGT. And then 8%, I think you've got away with one, Flex.
I do too.
You've come in 3rd place with 8%.
Yeah, because people.
Don Robbie.
Listen, people can understand what's going on. It's not my
Don
fault my
Robbie,
team's done that. I'm a good guy.
23%. Of course, you think you're a sausage.
Chelsea fans are coming at me.
But with a massive, and it could be a record breaker, 64% of the vote.
Record break.
Abbi Sausage Summers. Want some more?
Hey, be careful how you're calling people sausages, by the way.
Yeah, you can get in some shit for that.
Next up is the
see
MVP of
in
the week.
person
We're
as well.
doing the vote for that. I think we've got the vote
chicken
going
stinks.
up in
It's just
the
smelled the
chat
whole
there.
time.
But once again, a massive shout out to Jackpot 7's game on the FairPlay app. Don't forget to download the app by clicking the link in the description below or scanning the QR code on the screen. We've got that jackpot code for you, which allows new users who download the app and sign up a free 1-week entry to the Jackpot 7s using that code jackpot. 700 grand is still up for grabs, people, right? It's unbelievable cash if you can get your hands on it. And if you correctly predict all 7, then that's what you'll be getting. But if you don't win that, there is the minimum prize pot of £500. And as we know, FairPlay by now is the app that allows you to lock in your bets with mates as well as winning big pools on the community sweepstakes or predictor games. You must be in the UK and over 18. I have also now just got the MVP of the week. Wow.
I actually refuse to
This
vote.
is quite something. Flex with 3% MVP.
Correct, though.
Robbie 4%. AGT 10%. Haven't even played and I'm getting 10%. And Matt Tits with 81%. Matt Tits is what it says from Jason here. Yeah.
Wow.
Matites or Matits, however you want to. Jean-Philippe Matita. 81%.
Mateta.
You are the MVP of the week.
Thank you. Mateta.
Thoroughly deserved.
Thank you.
Also want to say a big thanks going out to Proton VPN for sponsoring the show and making sure that you never miss a moment of action wherever you are. So get a great offer on their plans today. It's protonvpn.com/DR Sports. Just click the link below or scan the QR code on the screen to get this exclusive deal. So let's do it right now. And I think that's it.
And that is it, people. What a show it's been.
Been a brilliant show.
I hope you've enjoyed it. Smash that like button on the way out. And don't forget, we'll all be here.
Games should-
Wait, who's here on Thursday?
Not me.
Not me.
You're not here on Thursday.
I'm not here.
Flex isn't here. You're not going to be here.
You guys got Europa League, huh? Where you at?
You're at Rangers.
I'm in
You're
Scotland.
We're away to Victoria Pilsen.
Where's that?
But I'm not going to. Actually,
Why are you not?
no, I
here
will
then?
be.
Can you do the show then? So you'll be on the show.
you got?
You're in Rangers.
Monaco?
Actually, no, I'm not here on Thursday.
You're going to
Oh,
Monaco.
Jesus, come on.
Coming to it.
Oh.
Where are you going?
We'll see.
Oh.
You know what, right? I can't even go back to Monaco, right? Because, well, I can,
We
but
got kicked out.
no. One time, last I was in Monaco, we was eating at some restaurant there, and like we all came out afterwards, great meal and everything. And then you know the ones. There's about 10 of us, and then someone said, "Oh, did you pay?"
No.
We hadn't paid. We didn't realise. No.
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 Teeth out of people and things.
Who are you with? Ty?
No, but it was an error. It was an error. Like, you know, when someone thought someone else had sorted it,
Go
and someone
back
else.
and pay.
No.
That's why you can't go back there.
Well, we was at the game when we
Unbelievable.
realised. You know what I mean? So, to that
Fantastic.
place, they probably got.
I'm sure you'll go back and give them a donation to
I
charity.
will.
though,
I
won't you?
will. It was out of order. Probably
sure
got a
you
wanted
will.
sign up for us. So, I mean, it weren't my fault.
I'm sure you will.
So
Oh,
wait,
of course
so
it
who
wasn't
is
your
here
fault.
on Thursday?
I'm here.
I'm here. I'm travelling back from
so-
Girona to get back for the show in time.
We'll be here.
So yeah, we'll
Right.
be there on Thursday.
I'll see you Monday.
We'll see you there as well, people. Smash that like button on your way
Southampton.
out. Take care.
Mate, if we lose.
The open play derby.
All the best. Take care.
Play derby.